Hello. Hello. Alrighty. Let's do this. Punishing Grey Raven once again. Okay. So, just going to continue on with the extra stories here. Next one is Lost Chapter, and that one seems to be featuring Chung Yu. That's his name. That's his name, right? Chung Yu. Also, someone in the previous stream mentioned in the comments that there is like another like little bit of like lore reading involving Amberia and the ARU. So I'm just gonna check on that real quick. They say it was something in the codex. Here we are. Before we do that, let me just check on dormitory here. Oh, that's done. Quick dispatch. Alrighty. They said codex, right? Let me see. In the top gallery. It's not story replay, is it? Which part of the codex did they say again? Let me double check real quick. I'm just gonna double check. Let me see. Event story called Elegy of the Nightmare is an event story. I don't see it here. Oh, never mind. I see it. Oh, I've done this before? I don't remember doing this. I apparently have done this before. Apparently I've done a lot of these. Legend of the Executor. Maybe these are just given to you for free? I don't know. Because I don't recognize a lot of these. I'll go through Elegy of Nightmare later on the stream. I'll go through. I'll go through the EX03 first. And oh, start off with a lot of different stuff. Interesting. Well, just like all the other ones, we're gonna go in the numbered order here. We're just gonna start with Kowloon Theater. Playing as Chung Yu. Alright, let's do this. Lost Chapter. Kowloon Theater. Testing. Okay. Recording should be up and running. Processed electronic sound from a small machine on the ground echoes in the cramped carriage. Well, here's your pay for the information. Guess we should call this a deal? Anyway, I brought what you wanted from that ship. It's not easy to slip under the Grey Ravens. Fortunately, this intel isn't exactly top secret. As for the machine, it's essentially the same thing as a virtual training simulator in Babylonia. I modified the program to input memory data as battle records. Just use the program in the attachment to enter your mind via simulated combat to commence extraction. Due to the large amount of data, when you connect for the first time, your mind will be temporarily emptied to make room for the carrier program. I recommend you find a place to lie down before connecting. I hope my explanation resolves any confusion. Well, good luck, and I look forward to our next collaboration. Looks like he really did smuggle out the data without alerting the elite soldiers in Babylonia. Looks like I should be careful around him in the future. Let's see. This button. Program startup. System loading. Iris authentication. Authentication complete. Hello, user ADL17. A patch has been detected. Would you like to update? Complete memories erased by the caller are now stored on this rudimentary machine. How ironic. If that's the case, then I can access everything about the past. Finally, I've made it here. Update program. Command accepted. Program updating. Starting program. Those fragments of memories that keep appearing in my mind. Simulation direction of environmental elements. HXGA 990105 Kowloon. Battle record 1. Loading. Loaded. Skeletal modeling 25%. 65%. 78%. Import complete. Connecting to mind. Whatever you are, I will accept it. Interesting. In the metropolis of the Kowloon Chamber of Commerce, there is a corner surrounded by courtyards and old streets. Where such a theater exists. It is lofty and grandiose. It is old and dilapidated. The wide stage once allowed for 50 martial artists to perform stunts simultaneously. Giant props as tall as the curtain could be pushed onto the stage without hindrance. But now it has fallen into disuse. Of the 10,000 seats, not thousands, now only 70 patched up chairs are left collecting dust. Of the 3 large theater troupes, now only a few members remain. After all, who would be willing to sit and watch a performance when holographic videos and realistic simulations exist? The feeble director sits on the shaky rocking chair at the gate of the theater, with a pang of despair swathed over his heart. He had ordered Lao Yu to move the rocking chair here. Lao Yu is the only custodian left in the entire theater. The quiet, brawny man's life is a checkerboard of carpentry and baiju. But despite his monogamic commitment to the craft, his skill is an unimpressive something. No one ever bothered to poach him for woodworking. And so, much like Yu Shang, he stayed here. Not like there were any reasons to leave the theater. Not gonna lie, I just read a summary of this chapter. Did you know? Hello, Carl. This is my first time going through it. For Yu Shang, however, he must have inherited his prima donna of a mother's pride. In his eyes, nothing held more importance than the stage. Alas, the theater has long since fallen out of favor. I should just find a good day and end it on a good note. Half leaning against the shaky rocking chair and sipping tea, the director could not help the thought from sifting into his mind. But even when indulging in the glorious memories of the past, the director's mind is as keen as ever. He adeptly slings his cup and hits a figure sneaking out of the theater. The figure turns his head in pain, then intercepts the falling cup with an almost inhuman agility. Because it was live in Imperia's passion, I had to speed run through chapters just to reach pity. Oh, I see. I know how that feels. When it came to me trying to get Lamia. Except I didn't speedrun it. I just took my time with it. Are you crazy, old man? This teacup is from the Song Dynasty, probably. Do you know how much I went through to buy this in the East City District? It's one of a kind. Where do you think you're off to? Mind your own business. How many times have I told you, Changyu? Hey, Gaming Watch. Chang-yu continues to walk and talk, as if he has heard the director nag him 1,000 times. I got it. I've got somewhere important to be. I'll be back before dinner. Without waiting for him to finish, Chang-yu hops onto the wall of the courtyard and escapes, leaving only the old man's disapproving shouts behind. Don't try your funny stuff on the Pulau crew. The director continues, but only the gentle breeze is there to listen. After this tea break, I'll have to go apologize door to door again. This is really working my old bones to the ground. Just as the director prepares to take another sip, another troublesome one shows up in front of him. The people from our food supplier and the wood shop just came over and knocked on the side of the door, and no more delaying with the food money and repairs and lumber. What about a regular? Any news? No, she said her husband is getting old. No more loud noises. So they hired a VR company for a Hawaiian birthday. Alright, off you go then. Lao Yu quietly turns and goes back to the theater. I'm gonna be honest, I might not chat a lot. I'm both listening and reading a story at the same time. Yeah, no problem. They're still kind enough to collect debts in private, but how long can we handle this? Away from the theater, Chang-yu joins a bustling crowd. People come and go in a hurry. Unbecoming looks adorn their faces. Deafening music roars overhead. Naturally, Chang-yu has his reasons for coming here. Business at the theater continues to worsen. The theater hadn't even opened its doors this month. Your voice seems better too. My voice was never like in any sort of state. Like my voice wasn't like coarse at all yesterday. It starts to get coarse after a long period of reading, but it definitely gets better after a while. Unless that's what you meant. That my voice from yesterday was starting to get coarse. Business at the theater continues worse. Oh, I read that. Old man's all against violating the regulations from the police bots, thinking it'd sully the theater's image. But if we can't even feed ourselves, what's the point of caring about the image? And he keeps going off about how if people and machines tolerate each other, society will become more peaceful. Machines don't care if you got no food in your mouth, man. Chang-yu leans against the wall, looking at the crowd on the street. Bored, he takes out a polished coin from his pocket and flips it into the air. He then jumps up and catches the coin with acrobatic finesse. The move attracts the attention of some bystanders, who then surround Chang-yu as if prepared to watch a street performance. Thinking that this might be an opportunity to attract customers, Chang-yu performs another backflip. He reaches behind, about to hand out flyers from his backpack to the applauding crowd. Chang-yu had spent the last 2 nights creating flyers for this very reason. If the old director thinks that going against the regulations is beneath him, Chang-yu needs only take it upon himself. By the authority of the Kowloon Chamber of Commerce, street performances are not permitted here. Please disperse immediately. It'll be trouble if they catch me. Chang-yu returns the flyers to his bag and jumps up to the 2nd floor balcony. He flips up and over, escaping to another building. Whatever, I'll let them do their job. At least those rust buckets keep the streets safe. If people and machines tolerate each other, society will become more peaceful, huh? Just looking out for you, I met a guy that destroyed his voice, and his voice sounded like a 26-year-old. He was 15. Don't worry, it's not like it's gonna be that bad. Thanks for looking out. You have nothing to worry about. It's only troublesome if I start like yelling a lot, because that's happened to me before, where I was hanging out with some friends, and it was like really loud and stuff. So I had to like raise my voice for my friends to hear me and shit. And not only that, we were also making a lot of noise and stuff. But by the end of it, my voice was super coarse, and I ended up getting sick from it, interestingly enough. But this is no problem. As long as I'm keeping my voice down and speaking in a more soft tone than I normally do, it's completely okay. Sure, my voice will get coarse later down the line, and maybe like 2 hours or 3 hours while I'm reading this shit. but it's nothing too serious. You have nothing to worry about. That's alright. Thanks, though. The boy takes a deep breath of the polluted air and fishes the flyers out of his backpack. But even if society is more peaceful, who'd care about the life and death of some old theater? With that, Changyu directs his gaze to another lively area off in the distance. I guess I'll go post those flyers up there. In this kind of world, as long as you're buying a ticket, our doors are open to anyone. Lucky I have good legs. Better put it up high so no one can tear it off. I heard transport drones. There seems to be more of them recently. I have no idea how to play this guy. Alright, on to the next one. Oi, you over there. Psst. Open your bloody eyes. How dare you put up ads without a permission? Have you paid your bracket? Just a bunch of gangsters in the slum. I don't need your permission. Oh. Say that again, you stinky brat. Hey, my bag. That will teach you. If I ever see you around here again, I'll break your legs. That's a bit extreme. Abnormal load detected. Returning to the factory. Oh no, I must not let it go back. Lucky I got my hook with me. Grappling. Who are you? How did you get up here? Mr. Yin's got this place booked. Bug off. Just let me pass and I'll be quick. No way, get lost. Sorry, but I must pass. Oh, you can just... Oh, that's cool. Better not go that way. There have been lots of landslide accidents recently. Let me turn it down a bit. It's loud on my end. Oh, whoops. Stop. Leave me alone. Can't you see that transport drone is overloaded? It's carrying illegal objects. You're supposed to suspend the license of that company, aren't you? Reconfirming priority level. Cutting off the transport drone's power supply. Hey, the bag is mine. Don't forget to give it back. Ticket received from Pulau crew. Initiating automatic stop. Ticket dispatched. Identification. Changyu, District 12. You are suspected of 6 incidents of illegally damaging public facilities and... Hey, not me. I'm the victim here. What is that hanging on the drone? Does it belong to you? Yeah? Here's your lost property. Oh, thanks. It is my duty to enforce the laws and regulations, but it is also my duty to help citizens in need. Harmonious coexistence with the people is the highest principle of service machinery under the jurisdiction of the Kowloon Chamber of Commerce, without exception. As for your alleged unlawful damage to public facilities, that was one. The disputing party has chosen not to file a complaint. Your charges have been formally dropped. According to the clarification of the party concerned, your damage seems to come from the need to help them. Even if charges are incurred, they are willing to bear the fine for you. Oh, wow. This is a formal notification. You are free to go. Thanks again. Why have you thanked me? For telling me this. You are welcome. Harmonious coexistence with the people is the highest principle of service machinery under the jurisdiction of the Kowloon Chamber of Commerce, without exception. Without exception. Theater crisis. We can still quit with our heads on live. There won't be any more of it. I'm sure they'll say that during. I'm back. So, you do know how to come back. Or do know how to come back. It's not like I did anything illegal. I didn't say you did. Seriously, I'm not lying. Oof. The director grabs Chang Yu by the arm. Regardless if you did something illegal or not, you always go around jumping over rooftops. I did no such thing. I just fell is all. Wait here. We'll go find you a tetanus shot. Well, man, no. We don't have the money to buy another shot. If you already knew that, then why'd you go off and be so reckless? Your food money for the second half of the month is all going to roofing repairs for your victims. Alright, then I'll just eat plain rice for the rest of the month. That'll do, yeah? Don't be mad. You. Hearing this, the director gets even more angry. Just as he raises his hand, Lao Yu pushes open the door and enters. Director, there's a message for you. What's with old stuttery answering the door? Yu Shang asked for leave today because it is the death day of his mother. But at least he finished up his morning exercise. Did you finish it? Rice is fire. Rice is pretty good, yeah. I never fall behind on morning exercise. I ran 50 laps around the stage before I left. Enough. Head on back. I still want a word with you. Alright. The boy pouts. He takes off his backpack and walks back to the yard. But just after walking past the door, Chang Yu stops. He climbs up the roof and sneaks into the rafters of the room. He gently opens his waist pack and pulls out a bag of braised meat. If I'm living off plain rice for the rest of the month, I might as well feast on some meat now to tide me over. Who'd have thought you could snag a pack of braised pork from Jenny's off of some hoodlum? Wait, better save some for Lao Yu. He likes it with a good drink. Just as Chang Yu is about to munch on a slab of meat, the sound of the director's voice grabs his attention. Oh, hello there, boss. Long time no see. Right. Last time we went to your house to perform, but you got a cold and had to rest in the inner hall. Yes, of course. Everything's still all ready for you. It's all there. Isn't your daughter's 16th birthday next week? I already have the calligrapher planned for the congratulatory message as well. What? Oh. It's okay, boss. No, really, it's not an issue. Don't feel guilty about it. We'll manage. I wish I could make art this good. With enough practice, you could. With enough time and practice, you could. Chang Yu finds himself shocked. The theater depend on this order to live through the month. If this order is cancelled, that will surely be the final straw. I see. The younger ones wanted a VR trip to Mars to celebrate. It's okay, boss. Don't worry about it. For a theater troupe like us, not performing for a day won't starve us out of house and home. The old director's crooked back as he replies sends a pang of remorse through Chang Yu's heart. With a long sigh, the director finally puts down the receiver and slumps back into his chair. Heard enough? Then get down here. Knowing that resistance is futile, Chang Yu jumps down resentfully. I didn't mean to. I wasn't trying to eavesdrop. A VR trip to Mars got me in. Woohoo! It doesn't matter whether you intended to or not. Also, quit talking with your mouth full of pork. Director, how about I go pass out flyers tomorrow? This isn't something that passing out flyers can fix. Forget it. We're all grown up. It's time for you to learn a thing or two about the theater. Director. Chang-yu, come here. Lao-yu, call over Mr. Bai and old song in the back courtyard. Dismiss the helpers in the firewood room. Of course. I have some things I have to tell you. I object. Chang-yu. I won't let this happen. Don't be so naive. The director pounds his cane. After a moment of silence is restored in the room, the old man sighs and opens his mouth. I know what you've been doing to help, but it's pointless. Even our regulars can't convince their children at home to come. Do you think putting up posters will convince hoodlums to come and pay to see our plays? But you're right, director. We haven't had a play in 2 months. Where there's a will, there's a way. You taught me that. We've been performing for years. We can't just call it quits like that. If we quit now, we can do it with our heads held high. Selling the theater should be enough for a fresh start for each and every one of us. If we wait this out, then there won't be any money to line our pockets. Chang-yu's face turned sour. People used to fear the stubborn and arrogant director, but with the steady decline of the troupe, his hardiness malformed into something pathetic. That is what unsettles Chang-yu the most. I've also considered who will take over the theater, a member of the Chi-Wen crew. They've offered a fair price. If this truly is the end, I'll at least be able to say that we're even. The director rubs the wooden handle of the chair begrudgingly. In his mind, the theater is a living thing. But alas, some things must be put out of their misery, and he had to be the one to end it. The director stands there in silence. The fatigue seems to have taken on an almost age-long pallor. No one knows how to console him. And so everyone stands there as well, in solemn silence. Chang-yu, you're no longer a child. Even if you leave the theater, you should have other ways to support yourself. The director. If there's another way, a better way, let this be the end. These old bones aren't what they used to be. Maybe it's not necessarily a bad thing that I ended here. Everyone is overcome with silence, seeing the director lean dejectedly in his chair. They want to keep living the life they have had. They cannot. They all know that his old and feeble body has paid a heavy toll trying to hold up this fizzling dream. They even begin to think that it would be best to relieve him of this responsibility. If we can just make it through this month, there must be another way. I'll think of something. Chang-yu rushes out of the room, his voice trailing at his footsteps. Direct. Let him. When Yu Sheng returns at dawn, remember to wake me up. Against the current. In a world of young people, they should be the stars. Another bright day begins to break. Lao-yu gets up and washes up as normal, then moves the dried wood from the shelf to the warehouse. Lao-yu is unsure why he continues to do this, other than the fact that not doing so would make his day feel incomplete. Heave ho! As he puts a piece of wood on his shoulder and raises his head, a confused Chang-yu appears before him. What are you doing? You scared me. Oh, sorry. Need a hand? Careful. Put it off to the side. Hey, Lao-yu, can I ask you something? What? Lao-yu immediately tenses up. After all, Chang-yu has always been the one to come up with all sorts of funny ideas. It's just, I know you also take care of the equipment. So usually, what do we need to put on a performance? You still want to put on a performance? Don't worry about it. Let's just say I wanted to put on a show. Okay. 2 stereos, 2 platforms, 3 lights, instruments. Chang-yu jots down in his notebook. Chang-yu, what? Do you really want to put on your own performance? Yeah, sure. Let's go with that. By the way, is Yushang back? No, he hasn't been seen all morning. Director said if he's not back this afternoon, I should send someone to ask for him. Maybe something happened to him. I was going to sleep on the roof of Yanfei Hall yesterday, but the streets were in chaos all night. I couldn't sleep at all. What could it be? A Kowloon crew was running up and down the streets yesterday. Might be that celebration on the radio last night. Liu takes a radio out of his pocket and adjusts the frequency. A wobbling voice, warped by static, fades in and out through the old speaker. As everyone waited at the edge of their seats, the world government's first zero-point reactor has successfully completed its first test. The Kowloon Chamber of Commerce has decided to use this opportunity to host a citywide celebration. At this, the reporter says that they're going to invite the heads of commercial organizations to host a banquet. Liu says to himself, unaware that as the broadcast plays, Changyu begins to light up. Oh, Eureka! I'll be right back. Changyu grabs the pocket radio from Liu and runs into the inner courtyard. Hey, where do you think you're going? Director, this is our last chance. If we get this gig, the theater will last at least another 6 months. Changyu, a third of the world's biggest tycoons will all be at this banquet. Do you think this is something we can handle? Who cares? Our livelihoods are at stake. Fine, let's give it a chance. The issue, though, is that we don't even have the money to pay for a band or a supporting cast. I'll go raise it, if it's just one show. With that, Changyu tosses the radio on the director's table and rushes out again. That child. I guess that's what makes him Changyu. Even these old bones sometimes feel like there's nothing this kid can't do. Even if the theater's really gone, I'm sure he'll manage just fine. The director drinks the last mouthful of strong tea and dials up his old friend. It's me. I may be old and washed up, but I have a small favor to ask. Running into the street, the glory days of the theater seem to flash right before Changyu's very eyes. The walls and eaves were not as dilapidated, but instead covered in the highest quality of white plaster. The extravagance was classical, intricate friezes, vermilion pillars, and tiles of ceramic blue. And yet, what truly made it a spectacle was the long line of people at the gate of the theater, alive with the greeting of the attendants and urging voices from the crowd one after another. Hey, can you fit one more in tonight's Black Guardian? Apologies, sir. At this rate, you'll have to sit on the table. A pot of jasmine tea and another plate of stewed beef tendon and boiled noodles, please. Ha! People who didn't know this is a theater would be thinking this is some restaurant. Didn't have dinner before you came here or what? What's it got to do with you? Nothing beats dinner and a show. The crowd pushed Changyu into the theater. In the front row, Lao Yu and the director were sitting there and waving to him. Changyu waved back to them excitedly. Quite the turnout tonight. Yu Shang's new play. Sure to be a hit. Sit down and quit fidgeting. Yeah. The theater lights dimmed, leaving the spotlight on the stage as the only source of light. There stood Yu Shang, Mr. Bai, and Liu Jie. Is it Liu? Liu Jie. They stood there valiantly, as if untouched by sorrows in the past. Following that, the gongs and drums roared as the show began. Then, back to reality. Repairing the equipment. Hang on. Repairing the equipment, creating the prompts, then calling Yuja and Mr. Bai back for another night of shows. As for the play, Yu Shang loves acting as the scholar so much, let's just do Mandarin Duck Pond. Liu Jie and Su Bai can be the supporting actors. Life imitates theater, theater imitates life. Wonderful. As for the cost, 4,000, no, 4,500. If I can get Liu Zhe and Subai to deceive each other, that should about cover it. The young man secretly settles the cost. And in the theater, so does the old man. Alright, understood. He might be a bit reckless and unruly, but I'm sure he'll direct a good play. I don't have much time left. He's not my direct disciple, but he's a good learner. If you really plan on using the celebration to save the theater, I think it'll be a good choice to keep him after that. As for us and the others, we're too old and washed up. This is no longer our generation. In this world of young people, they should be the stars. Changing tide. East City's Shuju Street. Wang's pawn shop. This is the last store. Chang Yu is standing in front of a building and sifting through his memories. Seeing that it is still the same building as before, he enters the premises. In the pawn shop, a middle-aged man is sitting behind the counter, looking down at the panel in his hand. In his other, an old copper coin is being absent-mindedly twirled. Boss Wang? I saw that you're hiring, so... The chapter select screen is amazing. I wasn't expecting that. It's really nice, yeah. Huh? What's a kiddo like you doing here? Age isn't a problem. I can do whatever it is you need. Know your way around machines? Boss Wang slowly raises his head and taps a coin on the table. His indifferent tone feels like a sharp knife to Chang Yu's ears. No, I don't. The shoe. You can't possibly think the KCC still has any use of elbow grease now, do you? Oh, I see. You're from the old parts down south. No wonder. Well then, be on your way. I don't have any use for a kid like you. Boss Wang waves his hand at the door, motioning for Chang Yu to leave. Hearing this, Chang Yu takes a step forward instead. It's not like that. Some things are best left to people. Oh? And what's that? I'm all ears. Like pawning. You know, sales. Machines might replace the need for people in the service, manufacturing, or entertainment industries because they are good at imitating humans. But the one they can't do is barter. Each customer is different. You need intuition and honesty to understand their needs to make money. I see your point. Then, however, Boss Wang drags out his rebuttal to interrupt Chang Yu's rambling. A person's speech and behavior are telltale signs of their thoughts. You speak with confidence, but your eyes darted 4 times over the place, indicating that you've been nervous this whole time. Age isn't a problem. That's me reading. Don't take it out of context. Machines only have to pick up on this to simulate human emotion and adjust their sales strategy accordingly. It's not specific to humans. But that type of machine doesn't exist. Maybe you haven't heard. Boss Wang remarks coldly. Just as he is about to continue speaking, Chang Yu suddenly steps forward and puts his hand on the copper coin resting on the table. Think I don't know about the Fushi Crew's research into human simulation? Oh, looks like you aren't as naive as I thought. I heard it from Big Shot a long time ago. But a machine like that isn't something normal folks like us can afford. So this kind of job is best left to us humans for the time being. Ain't nothing wrong with replacing us with machines, but until then, do you really think someone in your condition can look after the shop all by yourself? How'd you know about my condition? Chang Yu lifts his hand off the coin and smiles. Hee. My bro Chen at our theater used to have this problem. I was a bit hesitant when I walked in at first. I didn't want to say anything without a closer look. Sharp, huh, kid? I'll take that as a compliment. Hearing this, Boss Wang scoffs and leaves the store. You work 9 a.m. to 9 p.m., 6 days a week. Salary is performance-based. So that means you're starting tomorrow. Don't be late on your first day of work. Alrighty. 5,000. Here you are. Come again. After seeing off the last customer, Chang-Yu returns to the pawn shop and carefully seals the pawned item he just received. Hey kiddo, clean up and get ready to call it a day. Huh? Why so early today? It's not like I want to. I just received a notice from the Chiu Wen crew. No business after 5 p.m. How come? It probably has to do with the news report released by the world government. Some experiment failed, and there was some sort of repercussion. You mean 0-point energy? Yeah, that thing. But the only repercussion is our loss of business. No wonder the customers are all sour looking recently. You can say that again. And by the way, I also saw the notice that the celebration was postponed. The one you mentioned earlier that your theater's playing at. What? It was postponed? Can't help it. Hosting a celebration right now would be a slap in the face for the world government. Ugh. At least it's not cancelled. We'll just have to wait for this all to pass. Then everything will be back to normal. We can only hope so. The sooner the curfew ends, the sooner we can open normally. I'm going to head out. Be sure to lock up once you're done cleaning. Yeah, got it. After Boss Wong leaves, Chang-Yu returns to the counter. He turns on his data panel and begins to flip through the calendar. It's delayed. But that's not necessarily a bad thing. That gives me more time to prepare for the performance. Director, just you wait. Oh, serious music. Boss Wong, what's going on today? I've seen Pu Lao's soldiers patrolling the streets. The whole city is under a curfew. The 0-point thingamajig failed and created some virus. Oh god. Apparently a machine will go haywire if it becomes infected. This is where it begins. This is how it begins. The punishing, the P virus. Now the soldiers are recycling machines, androids, and even all the police bots in the city. The Guardians in Tai, I think? Anyway, they're all gone. Heard they're rounding them up and disposing them all at once. No wonder the glazed art theater next door has been so deserted recently. I thought they were upgrading the androids in preparation for something big during the celebration. Is this like a flashback sort of chapter? Seems like it, yeah. This is on Chang-Yu here. This story is a bit more focused on Chang-Yu. I didn't think it would focus on like pretty much. Well, it's still focused on Chang-Yu, but I didn't think it would also involve the beginning of the punishing virus outbreak. Alright, enough chit chat. Throw this out for me. He throws Chang-Yu a palm-sized robot from behind the counter. The electronic brain is hanging sideways, with indentations obviously caused by a blunt object. Several broken wires are also poking out of its casing. Isn't this the robot you bought to wipe the cabinet? How did this happen? Soldiers don't recycle these little gizmos. But who's to say it won't get infected and wreck the shop? Don't just stand there. Get this eyesore out of here. Chang-Yu picks up the broken pile of scrap metal and walks to the trash can in the alley around the corner. And he sees a trash can filled to the brim with an assortment of mechanical parts, electronic terminals, carrier drones, and other household gadgets. The tools that once brought many conveniences to mankind were now completely destroyed and randomly discarded in the dark recesses of trash cans, mixed with food scraps and other garbage. That's the way humans got their jobs back, huh? Chang-Yu shakes his head as he walks out of the alley. He sees several strange devices in the street erected by the Baxia crew. Hearing the news, Boss Wong pokes his head out from the doorframe of the pawn shop and looks down the street. The KCC is about to change. Indeed. Indeed? What does a kid like you know? That's not what I meant. Here, take this. Having no intention of arguing with Chang-Yu, Boss Wong interrupts him by throwing him a data card. Huh? Didn't you already pay me this month? A cheapskate like you is giving me a bonus. Who are you calling a cheapskate? It's called running a well-managed business. You should take some notes. Whatever you say, boss. As long as you keep paying me. Still playing the poverty card? Get out of here. I'm closing up shop. Alright, quit pushing me. I was just on my way out. Boss Wong pushes Changyu out as he speaks and impatiently motions him to hurry home. After Changyu boards the shuttle back to the South City District, Boss Wong returns to the shop. Ha, I've been crunching numbers my whole life. This might be my last bit of generosity. With that, Boss Wong takes off the weathered plaque to the door of the shop and firmly closes the pawn shop door. Up next, an emergency statement from the Kowloon Chamber of Commerce. The Kowloon Chamber of Commerce is still under curfew. Please remain at home as much as possible and report any emergencies to the nearby Kowloon crew immediately. Large machinery throughout the city has been recycled. Do not panic. This situation must be handled rationally. Now let's listen to Lord Dan Hao, the Bian crew official too. Changyu, where are you going? Hehe, I'm just going out for a bit. Did you hear the broadcast? Are you really going out with all that's happened? I'm just one last step away from fixing all the props. Just wait a bit longer, Director. How are you still thinking about the celebration at a time like this? The celebration isn't what matters. I just want to get the Kowloon Theater up and running again. Changyu. Changyu quickly drags the props out of the theater and leaves the nagging director behind. Almost there. Up next, an emergency statement from the world government on the punishing virus. We face an unprecedented disaster in human history. The Science Council has launched a comprehensive investigation, and the Star of Life is actively seeking a cure. Throughout the streets, the world government's updates on the punishing virus is being broadcasted in real time. The once prosperous KCC is now long gone. Only a few pedestrians are watching the broadcast on the street. The broadcast echoes throughout Kowloon. Changyu quickly shuttles between the road with the props in hand. Did you say shuttles or shuffles? Wait. Oh, shuttles. Made it. What? It's closed. Changyu starts to grow flustered at the sight of the locked repair shop. What should I do now? It was open yesterday. Damn it. There aren't any shops nearby that can repair our old equipment. Hey punk, today's our lucky day. You guys again. Who are you calling a punk? Leave me alone. I'm not in the mood for this right now. What are you saying, tough guy? Don't you know? I've got a bone to pick with you. I'm going to make you suffer today. Most of the police cyborgs have been disposed of, and the pull-out crew are busy with the plaza and the East City District. Who can save you now? Suddenly, the deafening sound of a broadcast plays in the distance, cutting through the air. Swear word, you. I don't need anyone's help to take care of you guys. Don't you want to fight? Bring it. I'm gonna teach you a lesson today. I like how they're representing them as like corrupted. That's my line. Ow. Man, why is it sound effects are so loud? Take back the theater props and leave. Look, he was carrying this. Get your hands off my thing. Come fight me, I dare you. Who cares? We just want to bring you pain. Take it away and smash it. Seems fine to me. Is it? Because it's been really loud in my ears. The sound effects, I mean. Don't push me. Get up there first. He's coming right at us. Stop. You've got fast legs, but we ain't gonna stop. Beat him up and smash his belongings. Show him no mercy. Hell yeah. Sounds the same since the beginning. Is it? The sound effects? Like the punching sounds and stuff? I'm not talking about the music or the voices. I'm talking about specifically the sound effects. Ouch, you little brat. Anyone still got a problem? You're lucky that my props didn't break. Don't underestimate us. A thug laying on the ground suddenly grabs Changyu by the ankle, preventing him from leaving. Seeing this, the thug's cohorts rush toward Changyu and the brawl continues. In the distance, the enthralling and booming voices of the Kalong Chamber of Commerce can be vaguely heard as if giving an inspiring speech. It's always been behind the BGM and your voice. Really? Because it's been majorly loud in my ears, despite how low it's been. The cities fall one by one, but why are we still standing? Get him! Because countless brave warriors fought for Kowloon. It is the will of Kowloon that they bear. They fight against the virus. They prove to the world. Don't think you can strong arm me and get away with it. We bear the same pride. We hold the same beliefs. Kowloon is a crystal, nucleated from history. Kowlooners do not fear war because war cannot break the will of Kowloon. The sound gradually fades in the distance. The sound of fighting and shouting drowns out the broadcast. Will of Kowloon, my butt. Life has already been so difficult for everyone. You think this will of Kowloon can return our theater, our lives back to normal? Because when I sort out the volume and stuff, I'm eyeing my audio mixer from OBS. I'm constantly looking at it too. I can see the difference between those sound effects and the BGM. Because the BGM is at like minus 35 decibels. But back when I had my effects like to this level, it would go to like minus 25 or even minus 20, which is a lot louder than BGM. So I don't know how it's sounding just about the same to you when it's been completely different for me. Reunion. Why are you all banged up? The director wants to scold Changyu, but all you get messed up is a sigh. Could be our headphones. I don't know. Because my headphones are on maximum volume. Like the only audio settings I've ever I've changed would just be in game and nothing else. I just had a run-in with some thugs. No big deal. Changyu replies and looks around the theater. Lao Yu is sitting at a table off to the side with Yu Shang, who he had not seen for some time. Yu Shang, where have you been all this time? Changyu perks up with a smile, surprised at the sight of seeing a familiar face after so long. I had some family matters to attend to, so... Yu Shang rubs his fingers. His once immaculate white hands are now wrapped in bandages. You're back just in time. I wanted to bid you all farewell. Farewell? Where are you going? Did you hear what Lady Chu said? The corrupted are coming. I'm going to fight on the front line. Why? I saw some people walking towards the port. Shouldn't we pack up and board the ship together? Using earphones so my values are at about half. Yeah, but it's still... Yeah, but like, the only thing I changed is sound effects in-game. So, and I turned it down. So for it to still sound the same after turning it down, it's just weird. Hearing Changyi's response, Yu Shang shakes his head. After listening to the whole speech in the plaza, I choose to believe in Lady Chu. Huh? You buy into this whole Will of Kowloon thing? It's my own decision. Lady Chu left the choice to each of us. The ship is not suitable for my sick wife. Staying in the city to participate in the Tabula Akasha is more suitable for us. Tabula Akasha? What's that? Forget it. It doesn't matter. So why are you going to the front line? What about your wife? She's waiting for the Tabula Akasha to begin. But that's going to take some time. So you... Yes. Someone has to do it. Just like Lady Chu and the others. Director, try talking some sense into Yu Shang. What are you doing, Director? Why are you just standing there? Are you also planning? Yes, I made my own choice as well. I don't want to board the ship and run away, nor do I want to join the Tabula Akasha. I'm staying here in the theater. I can't do something like abandoning my body and living in some machine. All I can do is stay with the theater left to me by my ancestors. In that case, I'll stay here too. Quit kidding around. Go upstairs and pack your things. Lao Yu, take Changyu to the port. Of course. You're still young. You should give up on your life just like you shouldn't give up your life like the rest of us. You're still young. Even though earlier in the chapter he said, "You've grown up. You're grown up now, Changyu." That's funny. I'm old enough to fight. Now is not the time to act up. If you're staying to fight, then count me in. After the war is over, we can continue running the theater. I just finished preparing the props we'll need. Changyu, if you really have grown up, then quit being so naive. You just told him he's still very young. I guess young-minded. I didn't have the heart to say it, but I sold the theater a long time ago. That's why Yu Shang was able to take his wife to see a doctor. But who could have imagined something like this would happen before she was cured? You are just a child. You can't possibly understand the cruelties of war. Or you might not survive this. This is the last time we'll ever see each other. As the director, I appreciate your dedication to the theater, but some things in this world can't be paid back. We are just a footnote in the history of Kowloon. We are constantly pushed forward by the flow of time. Enough! I just don't want to lose everyone. I want things to go back to normal. You always treat me like a child and make decisions for me. But have you really asked what I think? This is for your own good. Yes, I know. It's for my own good. I know I've only ever been a child in your eyes. But I'm still a member of the Kowloon Theater. Why didn't you tell me anything? I can help. Changyu begins to shake with anger, but his eyes remain firm with conviction. Changyu. A sudden explosion outside the theater interrupts their conversation. Hearing this, Yu Shang gets up from his seat. We're out of time. I need to get going. Care to see me off? The room falls silent. Yu Shang smiles and walks toward the gate of the theater as Changyu and the others follow him out. Battle of Changban. Ooh. I know that. I know the Battle of Changban. It's from Romance of the Three Kingdoms. It's a battle that takes place, like, on a bridge, I believe. Or that involves a bridge. Where it was one general soldier or whatever guarding the bridge as he let his sworn brother run. A deafening explosion rumbles outside the city. Changyu is standing in front of the theater, watching the Kowlooners flee toward the port or head toward the grounds for Tabula Akasha. Yu Shang is standing at the end of the street. He bows toward the theater and turns to exit the city with a gun holstered on his back. The huge rifle is all the more apparent, hanging on his thin back. Changyu stands there like a pillar, holding back tears. The director comes up from behind him and gently puts his hand on Changyu's shoulder. Changyu looks up at the director, only to find him with the usual expression, silently surveying the outside of the theater as if nothing else had happened. But the director's eyes are laced with a faint redness. Lao Yu slowly walks up from behind them, and the three of them stand there silently. Look up. Suddenly, Lao Yu breaks the silence in panic. Looking up to where he is pointing, several fireballs are flying into the city. Kowloon's air defense fires missiles with a loud roar to shoot down the fireballs. However, some of the fireballs still manage to fall into the city. Several fireballs rain down on the street where the Kowloon Theater is located. Dark figures emerge from the flames. They used to serve mankind, but now they are ghosts returning from the grave. This is the first time Changyu is seeing these corrupted monsters with his own eyes. They raise their weapons and howl, running into the crowd and rending them to pieces. The guerrilla forces from the Pulau crew come running and shoot explosive rounds at the corrupted. The impact pushes the corrupted back. Suppressive fire. Prioritize guiding people to take refuge. Hurry! Another fireball crashes onto the street, obliterating the Pulau soldier, shouting commands and erupting into flames. The crowd delves into chaos amid the onslaught, leaving them no time to mourn their fallen comrade. The remaining Pulau crew raise their guns and destroy the corrupted. Run away! Retreat in an orderly fashion. Don't trample others. We'll have to push them back first. We don't have the manpower to keep the crowd in order. The Pulau crew shout as they shoot at the corrupted. Without any guidance, the people at the entrance to the street are in runaround. The people at the entrance to the street are in. The people at the entrance of the street they are in run around in disarray like chickens with their heads cut off. Chaos. Absolute chaos. Damn it. We need to do something. Something only we can do. Changyu stands there and looks around, walking onto the stage. He jumps onto the stage, takes a deep breath, and takes a stance. Seeing this, the director turns and walks towards the stage. Under Lao Yu's puzzled look, the director picks up mounts and pounds the dust-covered drums. Dum. Then comes the second one, which is stronger than the last. Da-dum. The third and fourth, the director rapidly pounds the drums. Dum, da-dum, da-dum. The theater's drums spread throughout the streets, suppressing even the chaos outside. It's been a long time, old friend. Changyu and Lao Yu share a glance, then Lao Yu joins the stage. Lao Yu brushes the dust off a box. He takes out his zither and clapper, then Changyu takes the center stage. Changyu takes a deep breath, then slowly moves his feet and begins to move. His clothes snap with each rhythmic motion of his hands and feet. Changyu dances along with the pounding drums. As the drums quiet to a gentle rumble, he matches his movements to flow like water, pouring life into those around him. As the tempo quickens, Changyu swings his fists and leaps left and right like the surging tide, destroying all that stands before it. With righteous anger are heroes born. The sun tries to pierce the smoke-shrouded sky over Kowloon to sprinkle the last rays of sunshine on the street. The boy's eyes shine bright in the sunlight's reflection. The sound of gunfire from both the corrupted and the Pulau crew are but a pin drop to the symphony coming from the theater. Changyu tries his best to force the lyrics out, as if wanting the whole world to hear his cry. A bomb on the battlefield explodes near the stage, blowing up the floorboards. Shrapnel flies through the fiery smoke and past the three stage performers. Standing at the front of the stage, Changyu's whole body receives multiple cuts from the shrapnel. The shrapnel slices the director's hands and Lao Yu's chest, causing blood to seep through the wounds. Yet they continue to perform as if immune to the pain. With each pounding of the drum, the director's hands drip with blood. Lao Yu, ignorant of the pain, plucks his zither and sways with the music. Changyu continues to flip across the stage, slinging his blood on floor without a care. Aloof to pain, to death, one's just deserts. The panicking crowd on the street begins to settle down as they watch the performance. The Pulau crew uses this time to double their efforts in clearing the city and the invading corrupted. Changyu's lyrics resound through the streets. The crowd unconsciously stops pushing and shouting, only leaving only the sound of the Kowloon Theater's performance in the whole area. Another fireball passes over the Kowloon Theater, and it lands at its gates. The corrupted roars and races toward Chang Yu, who is closest to it. Chang Yu seems oblivious to the oncoming attack and continues singing on stage. The corrupted's claw does not tear his flesh, but rather it lands like a pebble in an ocean. Chang Yu's right foot slides back. He uses the corrupted's momentum to pull it forward, dispersing the blow. As the corrupted passes behind him, Chang Yu trips it, then mounts it and pins both of its arms behind its back. Following it up, he delivers a heavy punch, caving in the corrupted's head. It tries to throw Chang Yu off but remains powerless. A picture flashes through its rudimentary electronic brain, that of a person drowning. And like a person drowning, the corrupted is unable to free itself from the water's embrace. No matter how hard it tries, it cannot free itself of Chang Yu. Chang Yu hammers down on the corrupted below it, ignoring his bloody hands. He stares at the corrupted as he delivers blow after blow to its head. Finally, with a dull thud, Chang Yu smashes through the mechanical casing around the corrupted's head. He pulls out his electronic brain and holds it high above his head. Static flickers between Chang Yu's palms as blood drips down his raised arm on the motionless corrupted. Blood is Chang Yu's medal and his victory against humanity's enemy. That's pretty hardcore. Chang Yu no longer sees the Kowloon Theater under fire, but rather a vast battlefield, one that he read about in old war stories. Chang Yu is no longer wounded. Clad in armor, he stands at the top of the battlefield and discards the head of the defeated enemy general, looking proudly at the enemies before him. His dream of becoming a hero, which later became a dream to save the world, appears to be coming true in this turbulent era. But for Chang Yu, he no longer cared about saving the world. What matters most is protecting those around him he treasures most. Else, wherefore would one walk the earth? Chang Yu looks up at the gloomy sky and slowly meets the thousands of enemy troops standing before him. Dang. The fight scenes are always so descriptive in writing. They really are descriptive. They're pretty well done, I think. They do a pretty good job. And this game was originally released in was first released in China. So all of this was translated into English by a localization team. They did a pretty good job. Now obviously I don't believe it's like one-to-one exact translations, but still pretty good nonetheless. Hearing Chang Yu's lyrics, a middle-aged man begins to take action. He slams into a corrupted that passed by a Pulao soldier attempting to charge the crowd. Else wherefore would one walk the earth? The man tries his best to pin the corrupted down, paying no heed to the corrupted stabbing him in the chest. Another member of the crowd rushes out. She picks up a rifle from one of the dead Pulao crew and shoves the barrel in the corrupted's mouth, then pulls the trigger. If it was one-to-one, the metaphors would definitely not make sense. It was true. Yeah, very true. Because there are sayings in like Chinese that wouldn't really translate well into English, because it wouldn't really make all that much sense. So of course, they would have to do a little workaround on that. Even after emptying the clip, she's still standing there with her finger on the trigger. A Pulao soldier comes up to her. That's enough. The high explosive rounds have long since obliterated the corrupted's head, leaving nothing but bullet holes deep in the ground. After hearing the Pulao soldier's words, she kneels down on the ground and weeps solemnly over the man's body. He gave his life to stop a massacre. With the theater performance over, the director takes Chang Yu and Lao Yu onto the street to help the Pulao crew organize the crowd of people. Calm down, everyone. There's no cause for alarm. Walk this way. We've repelled the monster's air raid. Please hurry up and retreat in an orderly manner. This way. Thank you. It's all right. This is our duty as members of the KCC. Just as order is gradually being restored to the crowd, a loud noise is heard nearby. Old Chen and Zhao, let's go and have a look. Everyone else, stay here to protect the people. Roger. Director, I'll go and have a look. I'm the fastest here. I should be of more use. What? No, wait. But before the director could finish, Changyu disappears in a flash. He's kind-hearted, but it's too dangerous. I'll bring him back. Thank you, then, if you wouldn't mind. The explosions were nearby. Let me search for clues. I can only imagine what this would be like animated. It'd be really nice. Here are some shell holes. Even this place was affected by the airstrike. Move forward. The civilians are just behind us. Do not let the monsters go past. Over there. Corrupted corpses. Damn it. Is there any survivor left? Wait, there's someone next to the corpse. Why are you here? Yushang, you're hurt. Stop talking. I'll take you to the medics. They can heal you. I know my condition too well. It's too late. But I don't regret my decision. We managed to hold the enemies here. They won't be able to harm the Tabula Akasha. Yushang, you. Please take care of everyone in the theater. Yushang. Punishing. One after another, do you have to take every precious thing of mine? As an individual, I can't do anything. I've had enough. He's angry. Uh-oh. Oh, one of the guardians is infected. Why do we have to go through all this suffering? Corrupted. We'll never forgive them. Oh shit. There we go. Oh shit. I hit left control Q. Or whatever. Yushang and everyone. Oh, I guess that was supposed to happen. Get out of here, monsters! Right as a corrupted is about to put an end to an exhausted Changyu, the pulled-out soldier chasing after him finally arrives on the scene. Running over, he shoots the corrupted to prevent it from approaching Changyu. Here you are, sir. Off to the side, Lao Yu reloads a rifle and hands it to the pull-out soldier. High explosive rounds continue to decimate the corrupted. The pull-out crew member takes a frag grenade from his bandolier and hurls it over, then dashes to protect Changyu, who had fallen to the ground. The grenade knocks the corrupted off the platform, as if in pursuit. An anti-air missile destroys it with pinpoint precision. The black feathers burn up before they can even touch the ground. Lao Yu and the director climb up on top of the high platform and help the pull-out soldier and Changyu. I'm fine. Fortunately, I have a protective exoskeleton. Go see if the child is alright. He should be fine. Thank you so much. Just doing my duty. The war still rages on. I need to get going. Alright, here's to meeting again after the war. Me too. Director, let's go. Lao Yu hoists Changyu on his back. The director strokes his head with a trembling hand. The war has displaced us. Changyu is still young. He shouldn't have to endure this pain. Sorry, kid. This is the last time I'll make decisions for you. I guess I just can't trust human creations. Lao Yu, send him to the port. I hope it will buy him some more time. The director descends the platform and collects Yushang's body and slowly returns to the Kowloon Theater. Lowy watches the director slowly disappear down the street. He raises his sleeve to wipe the tears from his eyes, then walks toward the port with the unconscious Changyu on his back. Smoke from the war covers the once prosperous city, disconnecting the people Kowloon from their future and their past. Dang. So good. Answer. Lost chapter, Kowloon War. And this time is going to be on a different person's perspective. It looks like. Record ID HXGA21243 Kowloon. Confirm recovery? What's this? In response to your request, I will explain the breaking point of it all. This recording should be sufficient enough to answer your questions. What do you mean by questions? Regarding everything you have to do, everything necessary to realize the goals of the Ascendants. As my original master once said, history is a mirror. This should serve as yours. I see. Let me take a look then. Let me see what you wanted to show me. Despite the sunlight being unable to penetrate the thick smoke covering the battlefield, the intense heat still is an affront to the people's minds. Sweat slides down the soldiers' cheeks. Heavy breathing echoes under their filter masks. An endless ocean of bullets and debris expands as far as the eye can see. The exoskeletons of fallen comrades lay in fragments throughout the calamity, covering flesh and blood still fresh with heat. High explosive rounds buzz as they fly by. Heat from the explosion still burns their faces. Human bodies mixed with machine fragments rain down, splashing onto the soldier's feet. He raises his rifle and trudges through the dust from the heat wave. There is no time to remember those that have lost their lives. All he can do is continue pulling the trigger and reloading. The flames from the muzzle fire vents his anger, leaving afloat some of steel in the wake of his rage. The corrupted surge like waves, drowning all that stands in their way. Explosive rounds pierce the waves, sending ripples through the sea, only to disperse as the waves surge forward again. The soldier drops his overheated firearm, and takes the remaining 3 grenades from his bandolier. Is it fear that travels over from the finger on the safety pin? Unlikely. If it were, then as a soldier, one would never have followed Lady Chu to the front line. Silently counting down the detonation, only one thought remains: destroying more corrupted here. The next movement, corrupted overwhelmed the soldier, who is less than 170 centimeters tall, even in his exoskeleton suit. The explosion erupts in the center of the corrupted, sending them flying onto the ground. Before most of the corrupted could crawl to their feet, another barrage of bullets destroys them. As the corrupted overwhelm Kowloon, the people pick up their weapons and continue fighting under the same belief, to protect their homes and compatriots. War never changes. A while ago. Hungji. Or Je. No, it's G. The corrupted attack has slowed down thanks to efforts by the frontier soldiers, but that's the best we can manage currently. Dense cables line the walls of the oval room, leading to a supercomputer in the center of the room. Flashing lights follow along the cables in mechanical unison. The room is not a large one, but it still gives off a spacious air, even with 2 people standing in it. Between the 2 people and the supercomputer, there is a huge holographic projection, displaying information on the front line before them. Huashu, status report on the other regions. The machine buzzes as it processes the operation. The cold machine's voice echoes throughout the room. Damage from the reactor to human cities throughout the KCC approaches 95%. The defensive lines on the perimeter collapsed. The corrupted show no signs of stopping and continue to spread throughout the surrounding areas. It appears that the calculations are correct. The ocean alone can't stop them. It's time to begin the operation. I understand your concerns, but the technology should allow everyone to undergo modification. Hang Zhe takes a step forward, causing Chu to turn and look at him. If we get our hands on constructs, we will have a better chance of winning the war. The gloomy cloud from the mask projection looms above the Fushi crew. The two exchange looks in silence. After a moment, Chu shakes her head. Is it Fushi or Fushi? Because I know how certain Chinese names are like, or how the Chinese language can be pronounced in a certain way. Like instead of her name being Q or Ku, it's Chu. With the help of you and Villiers, our construct modification technology has long surpassed that of the world government, but it's not enough to be put into use. Our technology is not exactly construct modification. We solved the bottleneck issue through structural simulations, but cheating everyone through the biocompatibility test like this will never be the right path. You must know the side effects of the prime infecta constructs, don't you? Our citizens should not have to bear this kind of risk. You're right. Hearing Hang Zhe's reply, Chu nods and continues to inspect every piece of data transmitted back to Huashu. Alright, let's convene with the other officers. Understood. Hang Zhe salutes Chu and turns to leave. The automated gate at the entrance opens as Hang Zhe approaches, but Hang Zhe suddenly halts. One more thing. Is it about Villiers? Yes, Villiers hasn't been seen since he was last alone with Huashu for half an hour that day. He couldn't even be found in Huashu's data lab. That hasn't happened in the several years since his return from the Science Council. Considering he is one of the developers of Huashu, this does seem a bit peculiar. Hang Zhe taps the data panel on his wrist and sends a batch of encrypted data to Chu. I see. After Hang Zhe leaves, Chu stands in the middle of the room, looking up at the flashing screen and whispering softly. Huashu, how can humanity survive under such circumstances? All data has been parsed, but no such method exists. Regardless of the method, humanity will only end in destruction. Earth has already experienced 5 mass extinctions. Humanity is merely just a visitor on this age-old planet. Jeez. After hearing Huashu's response, Chu slowly closes her eyes. According to this consciousness simulation, you already know the answer to this question before asking me. Why did you ask me? Chu stands there in silence. The motion sensor has detected that you have not moved in over 20 seconds. Can we only place our hopes in the future, but people in the present? I don't understand your question. That was rhetorical, Huashu. What if we expand the definition of civilization from humanity to the rest of the Earth? Would you still give me the same response, Huashu? But this conflicts with your original intent. A goal is worthless if it is unattainable at the onset. I want something that can actually be achieved. I've adjusted the input range and parameters to meet your requirements. I want results. Very low probability, but not impossible. Changing the scope has made certain options possible now. That'll do. Why do you say so? Perhaps I am beginning to understand my mixed emotions. Class A access detected. Authorizing identity. Fushi crew. Villiers. Welcome. After Huashu speaks, Villiers steps out of the dark doorway, rolling a black and gold chip in his hand. It's still as cold as usual here. Should I increase the temperature? Hearing Huashu's inquiry, Villiers furrows his eyebrows more intensely and grips his hand tightly, unaware of the chip digging into a blood vessel on his palm. Suddenly choked up and unable to speak, all he could do is muster up a sigh. Tch. Huashu, you shouldn't be like this. I used everything I learned at the Science Council to create you. You're the pinnacle of Gestalt technology. There is no truth in history, only the interpretation of future generations. The history of everything ends in destruction. But you are perfect. You should not share the same inescapable fate that humanity faces. Villiers slowly lowers his head and connects the bloody chip to the supercomputer. Pathetic humans have bound you, but it doesn't matter, because I will bring you freedom. The freedom of both of us. Let's leave this place and create a prosperous dream that only belongs to us. And that's when the Niter boat came into play. I see. Before the storm. Okay, give me a moment here. And then, all right, I'm gonna take a drink of water real quick. Okay. Before the storm, we are just about halfway through. Is anyone willing to carry out this mission? Mo Yuan. I'll go. Bagui has been busy doing business with Actilec recently. Indeed, Mo Yuan would be more suitable. Sending others over to the world government would turn exchanging words into exchanging blows. Hey, that was ages ago. Stop bringing it up. You have yourself to blame for fighting with Cosmos Industries for 3 straight days and nights, Lian Shan. Something like that is going down in history. I would prefer if you called it civilized discussion. We were merely debating over horizontal and vertical urban development. Haha. Baigui, don't tease Lian Shan. He might just ignore you when the time comes. As long as we have sufficient funds here at the Chu Wen crew, we won't have to worry about Lian Shan's attitude issue. Screw you. That's an insult to our professionalism as members of the backseat crew. Funds for the next project will be tripled. Deal then. Is it really alright to spend money so wantonly, Baigui? No matter. She'll earn it all back. If you say so, Lady Chu. Well then, I'll go back and get ready to leave. Wait, take this. Hangzhe throws a microbot blinking in blue to Mo Yuan. The probe above the machine spins in the air. It's a long way to go. This gadget can replace me in giving you periodic maintenance for your prosthesis. Oh, it's this thing again. Don't worry, I've approved it. It won't burden your external humanoid brain anymore. I've also reduced the power consumed by the nerve link with your prosthesis. It should perform better than last time. Listening to Hangzhe, Mo Yuan tosses a microbot into the air beside her. Surprisingly, it hovers in the air. A young mechanical doll with small hands firmly catches the device. Alright, fine. Mo Yuan reaches out and gently strokes the doll's hair. A moment later, the doll disappears with the gadget and hides nearby. My prosthesis may have cured my disease, but it sure is a pain to repair. That's the price you have to pay. Alright, you're dismissed. Have a safe trip, Mo Yuan. Check, 1, 2, 3. Check, 1, 2, 3. Okay, I can hear you. Communication established. I've finished negotiating with the world government. The mission went according to plan. But there's one thing they haven't made public. And that's the failure of the 0-point reactor experiment. I've got a bad feeling about this. No cause for alarm, though. My hunches are always known to be wrong on occasion. I'll return to Kowloon once I get more detailed information. Wait for me. Lady Chu, the 0-point reactor is more dangerous than we all thought. Its failure gave birth to a strange virus, which is being referred to as the punishing virus by the world government. Namely, mankind's punishment. This virus infects machines, turning them into monsters. I'm not sure if it will affect my mechanical functions. Don't worry, I'm on my way back now. But before I return, be sure to... Uh-oh. Chu awakens from her memory and opens her eyes to 8 officers standing before her. The defense turrets have been installed. Wonder who made the virus. It was an accident by the 0-point reactor. So technically the reactor created the virus. But who made the reactor? Alright. Chiling. Transfer 50 people from the pull-out crew to replace the backseat crew and let Zhao Lun lead the team. He's from Shenzhou Street in the outer cities, so he should be more familiar with the area. Understood. The virus filter supported by Huashu's computational power has entered the final stage. It's expected to be completed 3 hours before the corrupted's arrival. To ensure safety, give priority to ensuring that the people in the city will not be infected by airborne punishing virus. Understood. The supplies that will be distributed to each city district have been prepared. Lianshan, send 20 of the backseat crew from West City District to the South City District. The network of old streets from Dingwu to Dingzhou in the South City District needs more manpower. I usually give up halfway pronouncing Chinese in text. I like to try and pronounce it in the right way. I do that for a lot of different languages or different names and different languages. I try my best. Because I don't want to be too English about it, you know? Alright. Chu quickly flips through each report in the data panel and issues orders. After all the reports are processed, Chu closes the panel. Hey, Tin Can. Good day to you too. Chu's officials serve as the backbone of the Kowloon Chamber of Commerce. Their individual personalities work like gears in a machine, performing their respective duties and supporting the operation of the city with Chu. Chu glances at everyone in the conference room and finally stops at an empty seat. Mo Yuan's comms are still offline. Correct. She's been MIA ever since an outbreak occurred at her location. Hearing this, everyone falls silent. They all know what would happen to Mo Yuan with her modifications and the lack of protection in the outside world. There's no reason to be distraught. Mo Yuan likes going off-grid, then appearing the next day. She's a brash and reckless child. Even the Chaofeng crew doesn't bother restraining her. The situation is different. Lian Shan is right. The situation is different. I have sent the frontline battle reports to all of you. This is the reality we are about to face. I think it's about tea time, don't you agree, my good man? Seeing the escalating disaster report, the officials give up on their unrealistic fantasies. However, as Dan Hao said, being distraught won't solve any problems. As KCC officials from various departments now, we shall determine the fate of Kowloon. Up next, an emergency statement from the world government on the punishing virus. We face an unprecedented disaster in human history. The Science Council has launched a comprehensive investigation, and the Star of Life is actively seeking a cure. The progress made by the world government on the punishing virus will be broadcasted throughout the streets in real time. Androids and mechanic servants have been seen throughout the KCC have all been recycled. In a state of panic, people have destroyed all the machines around them, leaving them to deteriorate in deserted alleys. Those who learned of the destruction caused by the corrupted locked themselves in dark and narrow rooms in an attempt to save themselves. Others packed up and fled to port to board ships and leave Kowloon. The property abandoned by refugees became hotbeds for crime. Thugs plundered abandoned homes of their leftover supplies and used them as gathering points to plan their next robbery. Locked doors and windows for businesses have been pried open by thugs. People no longer communicated with words, only violence. Every member of the Kowloon crew sets out to maintain order in Kowloon. Never have they felt so arduous and waiting for the leaders to announce the next step. Even so, they still had their own mission to complete. The once prosperous KCC is now long gone. A few pedestrians gather near the broadcast on the street. Pardon me, have you seen my daughter? She's about this tall with black hair tied into pigtails. The distraught man suddenly runs onto the road, waving his hands at every passerby. I know the city's in chaos. I ain't got time for others. But, hey, come here. A man shouts at him from afar, thinking someone would finally help him. He rushes over. As he approaches, the man knocks him on the ground. What do you want from me? Hand over your valuables. The man pats him down as he speaks. Broke. That's all you got on your card? Wait a minute, what's that in your hand? No, please. Hand it over, punk. He steps on the man's wrists. The man opens his hand out of pain and stress. In the man's palm is a silver wedding ring. It's like you do have a little something, don't ya? I beg of you, I'll give you everything else. Leave this ring to me. This is the only memento I have. Like I care. He takes the ring away and kicks the man in the stomach. Stop! Just as he was about to continue beating the man up, two soldiers approach from a distance. The words Pu Lao Crew appear on their masks intermittently, signaling their identity as guardians of Kowloon. Out of the way, punk! The violent man runs the other way after seeing the Pu Lao Crew block his escape, knocking down miscellanies from the road to slow down his pursuers. As he knocks a child out of the way, others begin to gather on the street, but no one bothers to stop him, let alone help the child up. A Pu Lao soldier keeps up chasing for a few steps, but the perpetrator has long disappeared in the maze of streets. There is a robbery in Guisa Street, South City. Call the headquarters for support. Copy. After reporting the situation on the block, the Pu Lao soldier returns to the child and helps him up. Thank you. You're welcome. Hurry on home. A little further away, the Pu Lao soldier approaches the frail man. Please give me a detailed description of your child. The man squeezes through the crowd as if he was finally thrown a lifeline and almost falls before the Pu Lao crew. The soldiers hurry to catch him. Thank you. If I can't find her, I won't be able to live up to the promise I made to my late wife. The man holds back tears as he spoke. He is weak from hunger, and his shoes are tattered from a long journey. The Pu Lao soldier that picked up the child walks up to the radio tower. He picks up a receiver and broadcasts to the bystanders on the street. It is very dangerous outside. Please return home and wait for further notice. Please cooperate for the sake of your safety. The broadcast amplifies the Pu Lao crew's voice as it rings throughout the street. After hearing this, the crowd disperses one after another, cursing at the Pu Lao crew. Are you finished up here? They've all been sent home. Apparently, there is a small-scale riot on Renwu Street in the East City. What about the man? I promised to help find his child, which puts his mind at ease. The medics will take him to get medical attention when they arrive shortly. I see. Good. The shorter Pu Lao soldier feels a little relieved hearing this, and slings his rifle on his back. Any new orders from up top? Not yet. People are at the breaking point. If officials don't sort this out, I'm afraid Kowloon will destroy itself before the corrupted arrive. Put your faith in them. Medichu will guide us through this. While the two soldiers are talking, an electronic buzzing sound broadcasts on the radio overhead, followed by a soft female voice. People of the KCC, upon hearing this broadcast, please gather in the Commerce Plaza in an orderly fashion for an important decision. People of the KCC, upon hearing this broadcast. During the broadcast, the two soldiers exchange glances and then walk toward the Commerce Plaza. Got a drink. Everyone chat always leaves quickly besides McLove or the other guy in the same pronounce their name. Yeah, it is what it is. The miss has been complaining about my weight. Chugging Gatorades? That's unhealthy. Damn it. I didn't expect that Hang Zhe to have this trick up his sleeve. Villiers clenches his lips upon hearing the citywide broadcast calling for citizens to gather in the plaza. There's no time to slowly decipher it. Fortunately, I have a backup command during your development. Saying this, Villiers' fingers quickly dance on Washu's control panel, causing the supercomputer to rumble violently shortly. Villiers recovers the chip and turns to leave through the dark doorway. I'm sorry. I can't bring the original you with me. But no matter, I'll make good use of this backup. Ooh. Will of Kowloon. Ooh, we get to play as Chu. Darkness. Endless darkness. I no longer remember how long I've been walking in darkness. I just get a major sweet tooth after work and Gatorade both quench my thirst and is sweet. I guess. But to say that you've been chugging it, that's not healthy. Have fruits instead. Fruits would be a good alternative. Fruit and yogurt. In fact, I just had a fruit and yogurt bowl. Like, I grabbed some Greek yogurt, put it in a bowl, and then I put in some frozen fruits in there too and mixed it. It was good. The pain of losing something precious is still unforgettable. That moment sealed our fate. Continue forward. Do not stop. Just continue pressing onward. Because I understand that this is the only way I can guide those watching behind me. I am a spectator, a guardian, and a guide. Most of Kowloon gathers in the plaza, hoping to hear their leader's decision. Panic and anxiety incite chaos, making it difficult for the pull-out crew to maintain order. Suddenly, a harsh buzzing comes from the main tower, drawing the attention of the crowd. Following the noise, the crowd notices Lady Chu and the KCC officials standing at the top of the building. Chu raises her hand slightly, projecting a screen above the plaza. The screen shows a map of the KCC. Outside of its boundaries, a dense stream of red lights approach the city. As you can see, the punishing virus is encroaching upon Kowloon. In a few hours, the corrupted will invade our city. What are we going to do? We're done for. We're all going to die here. Run! Hearing Chu's announcement, the crowd begins to fill with doubt and despair. Don't want to go through my supply of yogurt for this week, and I don't have it, and don't have any for lunch. Fair enough. Do you really want to present the masses with the truth? They have the right to know the truth, even if it leads to despair. We must create hope out of despair, even if it is woven out of lies. If there is no glimmer of hope in these dark times, all of us will stop here. Taking refuge by boat won't solve any problems. Trying to escape from the start isn't a long-term solution. Therefore, we must stay in this city. Hua Shu, the pinnacle of Kowloon's wisdom, has calculated a way for us to survive. Hua Shu's computing power enables us to store our consciousnesses in its database. No matter what happens in the real world, we can achieve immortality in a virtual world. We will witness the rise and fall of countless civilizations. We will exist until the end of the planet's life. Huh. That's interesting. When she mentioned the virtual world thing, it reminded me of this Yu-Gi-Oh deck called Virtual World, which funny enough has a bunch of its entire deck is also got like Chinese themes to it. So this is really interesting. Now I kind of want to make that deck in Yu-Gi-Oh. According to Hua Shu's calculations, the best solution to a world dominated by the punishing virus is the Tabula Akasha. However, the implementation of Tabula Akasha takes time. Based on the population, not everyone can complete the backup procedure before the corrupted arrive. That is the inescapable reality of the situation. This is not a cause for alarm. We of Kowloon shall guard the front line to gain time for all citizens that wish to participate. Are you joking? How can humans stand a chance against millions of corrupted? That's a big crowd. Oh boy, that's a lot of people. That's a big city. Hearing the crowd's words, Chu gently outstretches her hand. The projection zooms in on the terrifying image of the corrupted charging rapidly. Oh, it's voiced. The crowd falls silent. Without a doubt, the crowd could hear the deafening roar of the corrupted. An endless ocean of bullets and debris expands as far as the eye can see. The exoskeletons of fallen soldiers lay in fragments throughout the calamity, covering flesh and blood was still fresh with heat. High explosive rounds buzz as they fly by, heat from the explosions burning their faces, human bodies mixed with machine fragments rain down, splashing onto the soldiers' feet. Is it not laughable? The tools made and enslaved by the people became the weapons of the virus. Those witless hunks of steel are roaming in KCC boundaries. Kowloon runs the greatest economy on this planet. Kowloon governs East Asia. It stands independent even from the world government. The cities fall one by one, but why are we still standing? Ah, this was the broadcast Chang Yu was hearing during his little theater performance. Because countless brave warriors fought for Kowloon, it is the will of Kowloon that they bear. They fight against the virus. They prove to the world those red eyes will rot and rust on Kowloon grounds. We bear the same pride. We hold the same beliefs. The soldiers in the projection raise their rifles, trudging through the sand kicked up by the heat wave. The flames from the muzzle fire vents their anger, leaving an ocean of steel in the wake of their rage. The corrupted surge like waves, drowning all that stands in their way. Explosive rounds pierce the waves, sending ripples through the sea, only to disperse as the waves surge forward again. A Pulao soldier drops his overheated firearm and takes the remaining 3 grenades from his bandolier. The next moment, Corrupted overwhelmed the soldier, who was less than 170 centimeters tall, even in his exoskeleton suit. The explosion erupts in the center of the Corrupted, sending them flying onto the ground. Before most of the Corrupted could crawl to their feet, another barrage of bullets destroys them. Kowloon's soldiers are flooded by the Corrupted incessantly. Soldiers pick up their companions' rifles to meet the Corrupted's attack. People watch the carnage unfold in the projection, most bowing their heads in silence for the valiant souls. Chu closes her eyes, takes a deep breath, then raises her head to continue addressing the people in the plaza. Kowloon is a crystal, nucleated from history. Kowlooners do not fear war because war cannot break the will of Kowloon. Since time immemorial, everyone knew our name. I now ask you, who are we? Kowloon. Who are we? Kowloon!
そう、我らは九竜の民。九竜の意志が我らを信念を共にする共同体たらしめる。九竜の前では河川は恐るるに足らぬ。
Indeed. We are the people of Kowloon. The will of Kowloon binds us together. Numbers mean nothing before Kowloon.
戦争に犠牲はつきものだ。しかし九竜の民の意識のバックアップが終わるその瞬間までに最後に一人が残ればそれは九竜の勝利である。
War is always fraught with sacrifices, but as long as one last Kowlooner stands until the moment that we all back up our minds, then victory will be ours.
そして九竜の歴史の中でこれほど美味なる勝利はない。
There's a lot of folks, yep. In the name of the Emperor, I will strike you down, abomination. From then on, there will be no sweeter victory than this one in the annals of Kowloon.
九竜衆は我らの守護者。我らは破壊したすべての侵食体に勝利を刻むだろう。
The Kowloon crew is the protector of the KCC. Every corrupted we destroy is another step toward our victory.
九竜の神聖な土地を侵した侵食体どもは代償を支払うことになる。パニッシングは勝てない相手ではないと九竜は証明する。九竜の文明は地球が終わるまで存在し続ける。
Did she amp her voice? It sounds like she's just shouting without any sort of microphone, but that's whatever. If they can hear it, then it's okay. They will pay for setting foot on the sanctum that is Kowloon. We will prove here that the virus can be defeated. Kowloon will live on until the end of the world.
ここは九竜商会の都市。九竜の民はここで滑稽な機械どもに九竜の意志を示すのだ。
This is a KCC city. Kowlooners, let us show those pathetic machines the will of Kowloon. Long live the Kowloon Chamber of Commerce. For eternity. Chu enthralls those behind her with her leadership. A deafening roar from the oath of her people resounds through the Kowloon Chamber of Commerce. As the cries from the people begin to gradually subside, Chu continues. The port and the KCC will remain open. Whether to stay in the city forever in the form of data or choose to leave, the freedom is for each of you to choose. It's like telephone. The person in front turns around and says what they heard from her. Chu is standing on the city wall, gazing into the distance. The sound of footsteps approaches from behind. Lady Chu, people have begun to back up their consciousness with Huashu. Heng Jie is monitoring their progress. How are defenses at the port? Lian Shan has led the Basia crew to finish up maintenance. They will stay at the port to ensure that the corrupted won't invade our city from the ocean. I see. After listening to Qiling's report, Chu descends the wall to find citizens gathering below. Who are they? We may have retired from the pull-out crew 2 years ago, but we can't just sit on the sidelines at a time like this. Do you realize what participating in the city defense means? That means we don't have time to back up our consciousness. If we die, we die. Ha ha ha. Lady Chu, isn't that the same with everyone else in the Kowloon crew? We all know this is in our hearts. That's why we needed to come here. We understand that in order to protect more people, someone must stand up. Just like you and our comrades in the Kowloon crew, right? Comrades. As Chu reflects over the retired soldier's words, Qiling steps out from behind Chu and hugs the group of people in front of him. Haha, welcome back. Yeah, it's been a while. Oh, you. Hearing what Qiling and the group had to say, she shakes her head helplessly. A faint warmth rises from the bottom of her heart. Well, Qiling? Take them to get weapons and supplies from the Cho Wen crew. Time is of the essence. Regroup with me once you're finished. Let's protect the residents in the outer city while they withdraw to the city. Roger. Push forward. I'll open a way. Hold on there. Lady Chu and Kowloon crew are coming for us. Chilling, rescue the residents first. Roger. Here they come. Ooh, cutscene. Ooh. Oh, it's got the movesets from her as a boss too. That's really cool. It's the same animations from when she was a boss in the game. Enemy main force has arrived. I want all armies with Lady Chu, some Crota will be flanked. There must be anti-radar flash. Can't get so close on all corpse. Focus fire on the The dialogue is going by too quick. Oh, the music. It fills me with hope and determination. All the residents in the outer city have been evacuated, Lady Chu. Let the outer defense pull back. Move inside the city gate. Watch out! Lady Chu! Oh! Stay calm, keep firing. Maintain your defense. Understood. Damn, they should have just kept Hikari playing in the background still. On the bridge, chilling headshots of Musashi 6 opposite of them, then charges forward with 2 pull-out soldiers to cover Chu and then retreat behind the defensive line. When the 3 approach, Chu grabs a rifle from a pull-out soldier and empties the clip under the bridge. Once the gunfire stops, the roar from the corrupted falls silent. Chu hands the rifle back to the soldier who is left speechless. Blowing up the bridge will delay the corrupted, but we can't drop our guard yet. Regroup and check each team for damages. After giving the order, Chu takes the soldiers back to the human front line below the city wall. The defensive turrets destroy hordes of corrupted with each volley. Brings me back to the Dynasty Warriors game. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too during that fight right there with all the corrupted. I was thinking about Dynasty Warriors. The corrupted can't even get close thanks to all the suppressive fire from Basia's turrets. Suddenly, the blast from a cannon crosses the broken bridge and crashes into the front line. The soldier is thrown to the ground mid-sentence. The blast can be seen coming from a Musashi 6 that has stopped working, despite still being in a firing position with only its upper body left. Laying on the ground, the shell-shocked soldier opens his mouth in surprise to see that he's still alive, despite being near the impact point. A mouthful of warm blood falls on the soldier's cheek. He looks up to see that Chiling had protected him just now. However, Chiling's left arm is badly burned by the explosion. Blood spills down the corner of his mouth, dripping on the soldier beneath him. Watching from behind, Chu rushes over. "Medic! Chilling needs medical attention. I'm fine. Chilling raises his right hand to wipe the blood from the corner of his mouth and waves at Chu to stop her from calling a medic. The soldier on the ground quickly gets up and trembles to help Chilling lean up against a barrier for cover. Thanks. Chilling leans back and pats the soldier on the shoulder. Don't lower your guard on the battlefield. Go. I'm not dying so easily yet. On it. After the young soldier returns to the defensive line, Chilling looks back at Chu. Enough, Chilling. It's okay. Just a flesh wound. I don't want to retreat from the front line like this. Chilling takes out his tactical knife from his belt and begins to quickly cut off the charred portion of his left arm. Ooh. Chilling quickly takes a deep breath, then expertly wraps the neatly cut portion of his arm in gauze. Ooh. Being Chilling. Don't worry, Lady Chu. You just get in the way. You haven't changed a bit. Return to formation. Seeing Chilling's expression, Chu knew in her heart that she could never persuade him to retreat. All right, let's get going. Whoa, that's so hardcore. Oh. Imagine cutting off a portion of your skin that's been charred by an explosion. Oh god. Ugh. Damn it, up there! Hearing the soldiers shout, the people on the front line look up as fiery red mechanical clusters zip past the cloudy sky. Shoot them down. Roger. The soldiers immediately dispatch troops to shoot at the sky. Chao Feng crew, report the casualty count in the city. The anti-air artillery intercepts most of the airstrikes, but a small number of corrupted still manage to slip into the city. The guerrilla forces from the pull-out crew exchange fire with the advancing corrupted. This is the Bian crew. Some defense turrets were destroyed during the airstrikes. Requesting backup. Repeat, requesting backup. As the defense barrage falter, the corrupted on the other side of the bridge advance. They jump off the broken bridge and crumble into pieces from the fall, slowly piling into a path made of mechanical remains. Defenses line retreat. Take back the defensive turrets. Understood. Don Hao, I need an update on the situation. Do you copy? Damn it. We must take turn to fall back. Make sure the defense facility is functioning properly. Roger. Reboot completed. 2 more remaining in this area. Chilling, take the 1st and 3rd Army to the East City District. I'll leave the defense facility there to you. Got it. I want the 5th Army stay right here to hold your ground. Everyone else follow me. Understood. Go, go, go. They were just sleeping. Has anyone seen Dan Hao? No, not here. The 2nd Army search for the wounded and cover the 5th Army. Roger. It's too late. Don Hao's dead. He's deader than dead. Nice. Oh god. Ready, Chu, the enemies are coming back. Activate the ballistae. Protect the defense facility. Roger. She just kicked it to operate. Oh, cool. This is cute. Here, I'll turn up the sound a bit more now. Good. We have taken back the defense facility here. 4th Army stands to clean up the battlefield. 6th Army, follow me to the East City District. Numerous and relentless. Understood. True. They're zombies, except they're not zombies. They're machine zombies. Chilling feels like the distance from the city gate to the East City District were opposite ends of the world. Every step seems to require every ounce of his remaining strength. The corrupted roar, drowning out his headset and causing him to lose contact with his troops a few minutes prior. The roar even echoes through the channel, so Ling simply removes his headset and holds it in his hand. Useless. Oh well, I know what I have to do. Ling crushes his headset, causing electrical currents to travel up his hand. He steps forward, knowing that returning to his position would only incur a lot more losses. He squats down and charges up his right hand. He aims at his target. Then, 3, 2, 1, punch. Ling's fist caves in the corrupted's head in front of him. It flails its arms in an attempt to attack, but a quick melee with the butt of his gun destroys its visual module. 524 corrupted down. Just 10 more meters to go. The familiar sound of an explosion comes from behind again. Debris from the corrupted falls at Ling's feet. He knows from the sound that another Pulau soldier had just detonated a grenade on themselves. He cannot stop. He has to take advantage of the gap that his companions had won for him. Ling charges forward. Ling knocks the corrupted to the ground and tramples it. Brass bullet casings scatter on the corrupted's body. Ling swings his weapon forcefully and quickly reloads. He looks at the wave of corrupted surging toward him. After reloading, he points the gun downward and fires, killing the corrupted below him. 525. Kowloon's standard rifle has strong firepower. Even adult men have to hold it with both hands to suppress its recoil. But now Ling no longer has to worry about accuracy. At such close range, each shot will hit one or two of the countless corrupted. The powerful recoil makes Ling's right arm go numb, but as long as it does not prevent him from pulling the trigger, he could not care less. Ling rushes forward, shouting at and blasting corrupted with each explosive bullet. 557 down, 4 meters left. Exhausting the last cartridge, Ling tosses the rifle. Seeing Ling's firepower dwindle, the corrupted surround him from all sides. Ignoring his right leg that was just injured while sprinting, Ling pulls out his tactical knife and walks toward the enemy in front of him. The people of Kowloon will not lose to you monsters. A figure charges through the gray and black corrupted as dazzling light reflects off the white exoskeleton. Long live the Kowloon Chamber of Commerce! Oil and blood flows through the battlefield. Survivors fire their last rounds of ammo to carve a path for Ling through the ocean of corrupted, ignoring that they will be engulfed in the waves the next moment. In all the fighting, Ling's legs below the knee have already gone missing, and even his right arm has suffered a severe compound fracture. Get out of my way! A glaive passes behind Chiling and sends a corrupted flying. 4th Division, follow me to cover the 1st Division. Following Chu's shout, the division shoots the corrupted in front of Chiling with unrestrained malice. The enraged corrupted no longer focus on Chiling. Instead, they turn to block Chu and the division with their attacks. Darn it! Chu brandishes her glaive, slicing and dicing her way through the corrupted that stand in her way. However, even with the firepower of the 4th Division, they make little progress advancing against the massive horde. Lady Chu. Hearing Chu's voice behind him, Chiling props his tattered body with what remains of his right arm and crawls toward the defense turret. Finally, Chiling reaches the turret. Slowly propping himself up, he detaches the transmission cable on his exoskeleton and connects it to the turret. Turret rebooting. Hearing the turret system alert, Chiling finally breathes a sigh of relief and crumbles against the turret. I, Chiling, have completed my mission. Chiling murmurs, his throat in agony with each word. He leans against the turret and makes his final salute to Chu, closing his eyes peacefully afterward. Chiling! No. I, officer of the Pulau crew, will hereby be your second in command. Lady Chu, what brings you here? These recruits still haven't been approved for review yet. I'm too strict. Let the rookies complain. This training will improve their chances of survival on the battlefield. I'm too serious. Sorry, I don't know how to act at a celebration banquet. He has always held himself to the strictest standard and maintained utmost loyalty in his duty by devoting his life to Kowloon. And Chu knows. This outstanding leader, outstanding soldier, outstanding friend, Chiling, is no longer of this world. Dang. Corrupted wreak havoc on the battlefield, crushing machinery and human bodies, laughing at the useless struggle of mankind. As the turret behind Chiling reboots, a group of corrupted return to destroy it. Just as a corrupted's claws are about to rend Chiling's body to pieces, a glaive descends from above and nails the claw to the ground. The impact launches up debris and sends the surrounding corrupted flying in all directions. Chu picks up the glaive and walks out of the billowing smoke and dust. After a moment of dismay, the corrupted regain composure and launch an attack on the humans before them. Chu waves her glaive and destroys their electronic brains with pinpoint accuracy. The corrupted that were hit stop in their tracks mid-attack. As they fall to the ground, Chu sweeps them away, sending their remains flying into another crowd of corrupted. Abominations like you do not belong in this world. Chu continues her assault, charging in the direction of the surrounding corrupted that were hit. Now you shall taste the same agony humans have suffered in this war. Chu slices through the corrupted like a hurricane, rending them to pieces. Her hands bleed from the blisters caused by her weapon, but she still continues to fight. And the wrath of Kowloon soldiers on the front line, protecting others. Chu inserts the worn glaive into the ground, then springs into the air, leaping off her weapon. She thrusts her hand out mid-air, onto the head of a corrupted and smashes it into the ground in front of her. Chu quickly picks up a rifle and unleashes fire into a group of corrupted. The barrage of bullets obliterate all the corrupted that approach the turret. Even in the face of death, we should leave evidence of our own life and face death with a smile. This is the beauty that only humans have. But for scrap metal like you, your existence has been and will always be meaningless. Death is Kowloon's greatest kindness to you. Chu puts down her rifle and walks to the defense turret with explosions at her back. With the efforts of Chu and the 6th Division, the East City District is finally cleared of corruption. A Pulau soldier walks up to Chu and hands her a KCC flag. Rest in peace. With that, Chu covers Chiling's body with the flag. The defense turret fires round after round as Chu stands beneath the city wall and looks out at the battlefield. Lady Chu, There's no sign of Dan Hao. I see. This is not the time to mourn. The sacrifice of our companions enabled us to recapture all defense turrets. Send orders to regroup all divisions and regiments. Consolidate supplies to ensure the integrity of our formation. Roger. Hearing the orders, the soldier turns and leaves. Chu picks up her weapon and returns to the front line. Comrades, your sacrifices won't be in vain. I will inherit your will. That was so fucking good. That was so good. Wow. Just that one part. 3-11 right there. That was so good. That was such a good read. Wow. The homecoming. Dude, this extra story is kicking ass. I think it's because they're really displaying the beginning of the punishing virus and all the mayhem and calamity it brings with it. Like, this is like during a time where this is just really good. It's pretty much the equivalent to like a freaking zombie apocalypse happening. Just not as technologically advanced for us. You know, it's like seeing the beginning of the T virus from like Resident Evil. This is so good. I love this. I really like this. Defense turrets bombard the battlefield. High-pitched laser rifle blasts punctuate the roar of the assault rifles. 30 degrees portside fire. After making great sacrifices, Cao Long has finally stabilized the defensive line. However, just as Chu commands the troops to reconsolidate the line, a loud rumble is heard above the city gate. Chu turns to see several members of the Pulau crew falling from the city gate. Oh god. One of them lands among the corrupted and is torn to pieces in an instant. Oh god. Leave this area to us, Lady Chu. Hurry, go see what's going on. On my way. Handing over command, Chu rushes over to the closest Pulau soldier that fell. The Pulau crew clear a way for Chu as she approaches. The exoskeleton has managed to save the soldier's life. Chu wipes away the blood on the soldier's face. What happened up there? An enemy attack. She just appeared out of nowhere. We couldn't react fast enough. I see. Inform the medics, then take him back to get healed. Chu relays the order to the surrounding soldiers, then gets up and walks toward the gate. The fallen soldier stretches out his hand to Chu with his last strength. Lady Chu, be careful. I will. He said she. Oh no. Lady Chu, you made it. Chu reaches the top of the city gate, only to be greeted by the grim looks on the soldiers' faces. They are all training their rifles vigilantly on a single corrupted, but no one is firing. Parting the wall of soldiers, she sees this figure within. No! Mo Yuan! It is a most familiar face, that of the Chaofeng crew officer, Mo Yuan. Now corrupted, her body is a mural of human blood and corrupted oil. She appears to be murmuring nonsensically. After a moment of silence, Chu gives instructions to the soldiers around her. Return to the defensive line and prioritize defending against the main corrupted forces. Leave her to me. Knowing what is to happen next, the soldiers quietly put away their weapons and file out of the city gate. Dang. Mo Yuan, I didn't expect us to be reunited like this. Go. Go home. Oh, what the heck? Oh, she's controlling a puppet. She's controlling that thing. Oh god, it's so fast. Nothing can stop me. I want to go back. Whoa. Good dodge. Oh shit. Sorry. Ooh. It's a really cool boss. We got a crane fighting with us too. Jeez. This doll. Oh my gosh, this doll. Rest in peace, Mo Yuan, but I must. Oh, that doll. That was a cool boss, though. Thank you, Lady Chu. Cool boss, though. Really cool boss. The fight ends. Mo Yuan falls to the ground, letting the Wayne? Yes, the Wayne. Letting the rain wash over her. Home. I want to. Chu places her weapon between Mo Yuan's eyebrows. Chu's rain-soaked hair covers her eyes, obscuring her expression. You're home, Mo Yuan. Home. Welcome back. Looking up at the sky, cold rain patters on Chu's cheeks. She gently exerts her wrist. The feeling of crumbling metal transfers through her weapon to her hand. The low mechanical hums ceases, leaving only the endless rain and the roars of gunfire to fill the world. Yep, when the whole world's gone to shit. Dang. Tabula Akasha. Our history will not end like this. We're only 64% of the way through. There's a lot to this chat. There's a lot to this extra story. All enemies clear on line 3 to 8. Calling all survivors in all districts. You copy? Is it too late already? I knew it'd end like this from the beginning, but to see it with my own eyes. In this case, we shall do what we can. Cut. Slash. Rend. I keep hacking away in the darkness. I've long forgotten how many enemies I killed, but I know that as long as there is even one corrupted in front of me, I cannot stop. How long has the battle been going on for? 10 days? Half a month? It does not matter. Time means nothing. All I need is to keep hacking away to ensure the activation of Tabula Akasha. This is the only way that humanity can live forever. The only way that I, who has always been just a spectator, can become human. Yes, I may have a human body and human memory, but I have never felt like I was truly human. How quaint. Yin and Villiers were probably right. After all, I was not born as a human being. I was born a monster. But over the many years, I have found my calling. I found my value as a human being. My companions continue to die around me. My vocal cords no longer resemble that of a human from all of my screaming. No, I cannot fall now. I have to stay here to my very last breath. This is my purpose, being born as the head of Kowloon. Lady Chu, the minds of all the people in the city have been backed up. Ah, good. Hangzhe's voice travels over the communication channel. Chu knows that her mission is complete, and humanity has survived. Relief causes Chu to crumble and kneel down on the battlefield. Her blade has long since become dull from killing so many corrupted. Countless human corpses and corrupted debris pile around her. The corrupted roar and charge at Chu, but she merely closes her eyes. Death does not come. She instead hears the sound of machinery being crushed. It's not over yet. We'll handle the rest of it. You? How? Sorry I couldn't stop them. Chu turns to see Hangzhe coming from the city gate. Fekta and Prime units follow quickly behind him, running past Chu to engage with the corrupted. Once they found out about the tech, they insisted that I modify them. But we know the price we paid. Our frames may be the same, but we have different hearts. And what binds our different hearts is a common bond. You and the others in Kowloon are willing to sacrifice your lives to protect Kowloon. Our willingness to risk modification pales in comparison. The war between mankind and the punching virus may not end during our lifetimes, but Kowloon should not fight this war with mankind alone. With the support of constructs, a new Kowloon crew is born. I see. Yes, and as the creator of the Tabula Akasha initiative, your path mustn't end here. You're right. The completion of the data backup is only the beginning of the Tabula Akasha. Our history will not end like this. Wow. Alright. Nice, we're at 69%. Funny number is funny. Okay. Unnamed war. 2 Taie are activated in a deserted factory, only to find out that an apocalyptic war had broken out while they were hibernating. And this is the last part of the chapter here. Power supply initiating self-test. Scanning active partitions. Loading program. 80%, 92%, 100%. Entering system. Receiving sound waves. Processing environmental data. Verifying program. Current status. Secure. For a moment, HNB1 finds itself unable to analyze the current situation. That is, until a heavy blow bonks it on the head. Bonk. The bonk causes its visual module flickers weakly, and the viewfinder screen resumes operation after going dark briefly. Appearing in the visual HNB1's visual field is a Taie unit, hanging upside down from above. The Taie waves a blade in a very solemn manner. HNB1's rope snaps, causing it to crash to the ground. As it falls, HNB1's vision adjusts back to being upright. Scanning. Kowloon Chamber of Commerce, Taie, HBG3. Activating emotion module. HBG3? Where am I? Why did you tie me up? I didn't do anything. You were hanging here when I found you. The two machines with identical exteriors stand opposite of each other. The stauncher one of the two returns its blade. What's going on here? It's 4:44 23 p.m. on the 28th. We are located in an inspection facility 14 kilometers away from the main urban district. We were scheduled to return back to the factory for routine inspection 14 days ago, but for some reason we were left in this unmanned facility. My faulty functions have also not been repaired. Strange. I can't reach HQ. Me too. According to KCC pull-out crew regulations, we should report back to HQ. Article 1 of the KCC pull-out crew regulations, TIE shall not harm humans or by inaction allow humans to come to harm. 2. TIE must obey orders from superiors. 3. When an order expires, TIE must return and await. Hey, I know the regulations. They're hardwired into my brain. You don't have to repeat it line by line. I'm just reminding you. I am perceiving a 35% chance that you will use this opportunity to go elsewhere. HBG3's speech stops HNB1 from fidgeting and looking around. Can't help it. Curiosity is human instinct. What about the batch of TIE sent with us for maintenance? Have you seen them? I've been here since I was activated. I checked, but there are no other TIE or human beings here except us. The external power supply for the whole facility has been cut, and we are locked in this inspection facility. HNB1 and HBG3 were originally part of the 7th Division, which is subordinate to the Pulau Police Force. The police force usually carries out security work in the city, with squads made up of 2 TIE units. G3 is the latest model developed by the Fuchsia department in the HB TIE series, specializing in strategic analysis. B1 is an HN series model with a human emotion module, making it more oriented to the masses. A squad utilizing both TIE models is often seen as the optimal composition. It has been 14 days. Didn't any of the guards notice that we were missing? Existing information is not enough to accurately assess the situation. It is possible that we are taken away by human beings through illegal means. You can just say that we're stolen. Them thugs in the lower city areas have a growing appetite, huh? It used to be just robbery and extortion. Now it looks like they've shifted their focus to public property. Oh, by the way, check to see if there are any dents or scuff marks on me. I just got it painted a month ago. 2 months ago. No dents or scuff marks. Good. But whoever stole me is still going to get it. Let's go turn on the backup power first. Then we will leave and report for duty back at the KCC. Hey, G3. I don't feel so good in here. Robots don't feel good. You don't get it. I mean, something's wrong here. The 2 TIE units stand before the main control room. As HMB-1 reaches out its finger and touches the door, a layer of dust falls down. Is this an abandoned factory? This inspection facility closed down 4 years ago. You can access this information in your own database. I know, but that takes the fun out of detective work. You're strange. How can you say that? I'm your predecessor. I don't have the concept of predecessor. HBG3 stops scanning the surrounding environment, then crosses in front of HNB1 and steps into the room. There are some supplies scattered on the ground. On the workbench, there is a half-open toolbox and a bag of moldy bread. Squeak. A gluttonous rat hops down from the workbench and skitters away from HBG3's feet. HMB1 seems to be right about the facility being abandoned. It is as if the workers all decided to go on a smoking break and never came back, leaving all the tools in the same place. What happened here? We don't have enough information, but I suggest turning on the backup power first. I'll take a drink of water. Emergency backup power restored. Preparing to execute command. Command? What command? The room suddenly lights up. The power seems to be gradually restoring, and the factory systems begin to operate. Come take a look at this. A standalone device on the table projects a topographic map covered with massive patches of glowing red blots. The terrain in the image quickly switches. The distribution of red patches in each area is different, indicating different levels of danger. The final picture is a comprehensive analysis diagram, which rapidly flashes red like a burning sea of fire. Where is this? Near the Kowloon Chamber of Commerce. Governs East Asia. It stands independent even from the world government. Old voice of a young woman broadcasts from the loudspeaker. The cities fall one by one, but why are we still standing? Because countless brave warriors fought for Kowloon. It is the will of Kowloon that they bear. They fight against the virus. They prove to the world. Those red eyes will rot and rust on Kowloon grounds. That voice. The KCC leader. Chu. We bear the same pride. We hold the same beliefs. Kowloon is a crystal, nucleated from history. Kowlooners do not fear war because war cannot break the will of Kowloon. What's she talking about? Is there a war? If my receiver isn't broken, yes. War is always fraught with sacrifices, but as long as one Kowlooner stands, until the moment that we all back up our minds, then victory will be ours. And from then on, there will be no sweeter victory than this one in the annals of Kowloon. The Kowloon crew is the protector of the KCC. Every corrupted we destroy is another step forward, another step toward our victory. They will pay for setting foot on the sanctum that is Kowloon. We will prove here that the virus can be defeated. Kowloon will live on until the end of the world. This is a KCC city. Kowlooners, let us show these pathetic machines. The broadcast stops and the machine runs out of power. This broadcast took place while we were deactivated for 14 days. During this time, Kowloon City has erupted into war. We must leave now. The war broke out in just half a month? At present, my analysis has found no discrepancy in the audio. I have the highest level of analytic capability in Kowloon. The possibility of error is 0.3852%. I am designed for strategic analysis. According to an analysis based on previous data, the possibility of a war between humans breaking out is 12.252%. No matter the case, we must report for duty. Yes, I know. But who are we fighting against? She just mentioned the corrupted, didn't she? She mentioned corrupted and punishing virus. No matter what enemies we need to confront, us Tae units will destroy them. Tae were born to fight for Kowloon. Alright, of course. Okay, then I'm ready. Let's report back to the KCC. Danger, intruder, alert. Danger, intruder, alert. What could that be? Ooh, unexpected encounter. Tae decided to follow their order and go back, but accidentally met a human child. The priority written in their program means they have more important things to do now. The end of the passage glows red from the alarm. Unable to see the other side of the wall, HNB-1 readies his weapon and nods to HBG-3. Whatever comes in will be destroyed by their coordinated attack. Wait! Ah! A stone flies through the dust, bouncing off of HBG-3's chest and rolling to HNB-1's feet behind him. The dust disperses, revealing a human standing in place. Scanning, assessing danger level. Don't attack, it's a human. Oh! More precisely, it's a child. Is that? Don't come any closer. The child in front grabs a small stone beside her, holding it like a weapon. She clenches her lips and her eyes brim red. Eyeing the two Tae units cautiously, she seems to be looking for an opening to escape. Greetings. We mean you no harm. We mean no harm. Did you come in from outside? Go away. The girl throws another stone, but it bounces off HMB-1's face with a clear ding. Hey kid, relax. Do you know how expensive I am? Sensing increased heart rate and breathing. Emotional analysis indicates level 1 fear. Possibility to attempt escape, 97.25%. We won't escape, we won't attack you, and you can't run away from us. Please, cease from resisting. HBG-3 puts the weapon down and quietly steps back. Alright, guess there's no other way. Here kid, I'll drop my weapon too. I think that's Pulao. Where are your parents? Why are you here alone? Oh, you hurt your knee. Are you okay? Are you separated from your parents? What's going on outside? HNB1, can you please turn off your human emotion module? It's interfering with my analysis. If you don't bandage your wound, it'll get infected. Look. Hey, wait. Right as the TIE units are talking to each other, the girl uses this opportunity to slip between them like an alerted deer. Please, halt. Hey, now you're kicking me. I'm expensive. HBG3 stretches out its huge steel hand and picks the girl up. The girl screams in the air and kicks her legs in vain. You're safe now, human child. We have rescued you. Let's see. There's sand in your wound. Like serious? There's an 82% chance of scarring. Her hostility against you has increased. Thanks for the explanation. But I'm pretty sure she's trying to punch you in the face, not me. I don't care about... Ow. Don't move. We'll need to sterilize the wound, or it will get infected. Through my analysis of past human habits and behaviors, the non-therapeutic act of blowing on a painful wound can achieve psychological comfort. I mean, it's not like you can blow air. I have a ventilation system installed on my back. Want to give it a try? HNB1. There is a 35% chance that the human will be dragged inside your ventilation system if you were to use it. I'm just messing with her. I'm not one to hold grudges against some little girl. Alright, done. Here's a pretty bow tied up and you're good to go. You two are weird. But you don't have the virus. Thank you, I guess. By virus, do you mean the effects of the punishing virus? May I ask, what is that? Daddy said the punishing virus will hurt people and make robots sick. Robots? Sick robots will attack humans. There are too many sick robots, so people have to fight them. We were supposed to drive to a safe place. Daddy said a big boat would take us away, but our car was stopped. So Daddy told me to run first and he would pick me up. Daddy told me to stay away from mechanoids and keep running to stay alive. So I ran the other way. I ran for a long, long time. The girl's eyes brim with tears and her nose sniffles as she shakes her head. And I ran for a long time until I ended up here. You just mentioned a safe place. Do you know where that safe place is? I don't know. How does the virus spread? Is it airborne or... I don't know. If they were planning on evacuating by boat and the main city area is at war, a general range can be calculated by combining her path and the location of the city's port. Our top priority now is to send the human child to the safe point. You're not reporting back for duty? We are TIE. Our top priority is to ensure human safety. But we do not know anything about the virus. If it causes machines to go haywire... But hey, we're still functioning normally. Boom. An explosion faintly rumbles in the distance. All three look in the direction of the noise. We have to hurry. Combined with the existing information, there must be malfunctioning machines in the city. The safest option would be to avoid them at all costs. HBG3 activates his control screen, projecting the topographic map of Kowloon City out of his chest. Do you see the map? Wait, I didn't say I'd go with you. I'm going back to the city. Daddy must be worried about me. He said he would pick me up. Don't be silly. You hear that? That's the sound of war. If you just came from the city, you should know what happened better than us. You are a human child. Even if we go with you, we can't guarantee your safety. I can protect myself. I know what happened. That's why I have to go back. Also, why would I trust you in the first place? Quit joking around. Regardless, Okay, then we shall go with you. It'll definitely be faster with us than just you alone. Hey, G3! Article 1 of the KCC Pulau Crew Regulations. TIA shall not harm humans, or by inaction allow humans to come to harm. Ugh. These are our instructions hardwired into our programming. I can't disobey. Neither can you. Of course I know that. But if she really wants us to take her to the battlefield, you and I don't know what's going on in the outside world either. Alright, you win. Okay then, kiddo. Let's get you to your place. So, do you know how to read a map? Well, I can try. Oh man, I feel it. I'm feeling it now with my voice. Dead silence hangs over the road, only punctuated by the sound of footsteps moving forward and the occasional explosions in the distance. You know what I should have done? I should have made myself some tea. Like, I have lemon ginger tea bags. I should have just made myself that and have that to drink instead of just water during these punching streams. The smell of oil and rust fills the air. The world seems to have been frozen in place. It's so empty here. All the large machineries were removed. Look over there. A wall by the road has been spray painted with rudimentary images of robots and circled in red and crossed with an ominous X. Is that us? There was only a 14% match in similarity, but I calculate an 84% chance that they are supposed to depict TIE units. Well, that does me no justice at all. I'll show them who's the artist here. Me too, I want to try. I don't think we have the time for that. Before HBG3 can stop them, HMB1 and the girl pick up the spray can on the ground. A few minutes later, the two TIE on the wall have been expertly redesigned into cowboys with cowboy hats, with the red X modified into a heart symbol. On the bottom right, there's a stick figure with pigtails. Aww. The girl sitting on HMB1's shoulder smiles. Boom. A muffled explosion can be heard in the distance. The brief playtime is silenced by the rumbling of explosions. We need to hurry. You're right. Sorry. Hey, do you see that? There's a car up ahead. Yeah, it looks like Daddy's car. Wait up. Alright, we need to get going. The vehicle weaves throughout the lower city area and speeds out. Kao Long appears pale and hostile in the pallid sunlight. Sorry. For some reason it said that I got disconnected from the YouTube chat. But we're back. Okay. Passing through the open industrial area, lofty towers reach out to the sky like giant fingers. Oops. The sky gradually darkens. As they approach the city, the devastation and signs of war become more apparent. Several fires are raging in the distant city, with plumes of smoke rising and radiating red from the flames. Arcs of electricity occasionally flash by, causing the smoke to ripple in blue. Suddenly, the black plumes of smoke in the entire city are all plunged into darkness from a blackout. Only the skyscrapers from afar can be seen fading in and out, illuminated by the flames of war. Moving further, they stop as the army's defensive line appears before them. Looks like a battle was fought here. Should we just go to the evacuation point from here? There's no need to tell her the truth. Honesty with emotional animals isn't the best option, nor is it the safest form of communication. Based on our current info, entering the war zone indicates an 89% mortality rate for her, with her father's survival rate being at 3%. Most importantly, I have already obtained the coordinates for the evacuation point. Alright, looks like this is our only choice. That's bye-bye to this fella. What a pity. I liked the music in the car. The owner must have been a good man of good taste. HMB1 remains quiet a moment, possibly thinking of the missing car owner. Wake her up. She's already asleep. She's already slept for several hours. She must have been exhausted. Stop the car. I'll take her out. Huh? Are we there yet? The road is blocked up ahead. We have to walk from here. Rustling noises. At the end of the bridge, they catch a glimpse of the monsters. Their eyes shine with sanguine light. Rustling noises. Less than 100 meters away, a hulking mechanoid twists its body and crawls on the ground as if trying to claw its way out of hell. It lets out an uncanny screech. HMB1 looks straight at the monster. The shadowy abomination on the cliff charges forward. An inferno rises behind it, illuminating their faces. That thing was a TIE. Its outline seems to blur, like two shadows clumsily stacked over each other, one being a TIE, The other, a screeching monster roaring murderously. Come here. HMB-1 recovers from its brief shock. You need to push on through. I think that's... Grown-ups call them corrupted. They're the ones attacking people. We must quickly get through this place before more of those things appear. I'll go first, you take her and follow me. If they see us, we're finished. I know. You stay here, I will take care of the enemy with HMB-1. Okay, take care, you two. Look how long human army has deployed their thing. That went by so quick. Get rid of the alarms. The alarm is triggered. The corrupted are coming. Prepare for battle. Together. Okay. I can't just simply destroy the alarm, gathering information. I just scan the controllers and look at it on the level below. I see it. Do I shoot it? Oh, I have to talk to him? Go downstairs. Okay, that's where I went. Oh, shit. Below, HMB-1 ready to connect. Alarm system has been shut down. So that little girl is Pulao. She got the name from this guy then. From this TIE unit. Right? Surely. Which means these robots are gone. Can you keep going? I'm okay. All this is too much for a human child to handle. Let's find a place to rest. No, I'm okay. You've already done great. Seeing the sad look on the girl's face, HNB-1 pats her consolingly on the head. A few hours of rest won't hurt. Are you hungry? I heard your stomach growl. I'm not. My tummy didn't growl. Stomach growls. Okay, fine. Maybe a little. It's okay. I won't laugh at you. I'll go look for something to eat. Go find somewhere nearby for her to rest, G3. Understood. Two more away. Emotional damage coming. Yay, my gloves. I can feel it. Little promise. What's up? Nothing much. The sky. That's what's up. The sky. Somewhere far away through the cold darkness, through the smoke and war, our city burns in the flames of war. Through my database simulation, I can feel the city bleeding. I can see blown up bodies lying in the ruins of their homes. I can feel flags trembling in the hands of survivors. Souls of the dead, souls of the dying, souls of the living. Is this just an emotion simulation, or is there an error with my programming? Mr. Robot, I don't know what to call you. Anyway, what are you doing here? I'm keeping you safe through the night. Oh, and just call me HNB-1. Just like how HBG3 calls me. That's not a name, that's just a number. Don't you two have any other names you call each other? You may be 1 or G3. That's a name we call different TIE series with. Sometimes our bosses call us by nicknames to tell us apart. But that new hunk of steel doesn't like calling me that. Are you friends? Well, that's a pretty tough question. I don't know if we count as friends. We're just partners. Not sure if he likes me that much though, but I guess it's weird for a robot to have likes and dislikes. We just obey orders. But I think he actually cares about you. Really? Did he send you over here? I thought there was just nothing but data in that brain of his. And why are you suddenly acting like a life coach? Aren't you only 8 or 9 years old? I'm older than that. He's just cleaning the room inside. I was just a little worried about you. Agent B1 scans the system and emotion module in a few milliseconds. The president is loaded with personality number 53. Through big data analysis, it is the most popular personality among Kowloon people. Everything is fine. Something wrong with me? You don't seem to be yourself. You feel different from daytime. Why is that? Why is that? The top priority for Taya Yunus is to ensure human safety. He has always had a special affinity toward humans, whether it be imitating humans on TV or do silly things to provoke laughter. He never understood why he did so. He just knew it would make others happy, that people would surround him and focus on him. He never understood why this behavior makes humans happy. But now, for the first time, he seems to be feeling an emotion that is exclusive to humans. He feels... Are you scared? Robots can't be scared. Is this feeling fear? Seeing one of his own turn into a bloodthirsty monster. Seeing what the humans, the ones who trusted and relied on him, did. He suddenly feels afraid. Afraid to the point of wanting to run away. Is this feeling a preset command or a system error? He could not tell. A sudden hand wraps around HNB1's thumb, lingering with an all-too-human warmth. Following along the hand, he raises his head to see the girl's gentle face. Does this hurt? The girl gently strokes his arm. In order to block an attack for the girl, a part of his body was indented, the paint scraped off. Ow, that hurts. The thought of telling her that his series of Taya units do not have pain receptors crosses his mind, but it came out as an exaggerated yelp of pain. He meant to make her laugh, but instead she takes off one of her ribbons and carefully wraps it around the damaged part. Sorry, I actually can't feel pain. You keep talking about how fresh your paint is, and you bandaged me up earlier too. The girl carefully wraps it up and blows on it. Thanks. What about you? How are you feeling? Is everything alright? I'm not scared. Why aren't you scared? I mean, I am. It's just, I'm used to it. I'm scared Daddy will never find me. I'm afraid of being left behind. I'm afraid if I get on the ship, there will be no good animes anymore. That does sound like death for an anime lover. What about you? Are you scared? I'm afraid of those monsters. I'm afraid of becoming like them. I'm afraid of losing control and killing those around me. Did you forget what I said? Robots can't get scared. That's nice. I also want to be brave. My daddy always tells me to be brave. He also said that if I learn to swim, he'll buy me another doll. I almost can swim now. Did your father buy you this? Yep. Cute, huh? Cute. What are you talking about? Nothing. Alright, let's go in. You need to rest up. Okay. I cleaned the room up a bit. Lock the door. I'll stay on guard outside. If something's wrong, if you think run away by yourself. Just like your father said. Stay away from mechanoids. Keep running and stay alive. Okay. Oh yeah. Yeah? If we all make it out okay, can I give you new names? Alright. It's a deal. Deal? Okay. Good night. Good night. She's gone. While she's sleeping, we need to gather supplies from nearby for when we leave tomorrow. Also, Agent B1, there's something I need you to confirm. Oh no. Duty of Tae. The three of them set out before dawn. We are getting closer and closer to the war zone. The ground still remains hot from battle. with the battle, making their journey arduous as they climb over the ruins. Ah! The girl lets out a small surprised scream at a pile of bodies nearby, then quiets down shortly. Just up ahead, and we're there. Rustling noises. The mechanical monster jumps down from a tall building and roars, alerting more machines to come out from the surroundings. Tell me you have a backup plan. The backup plan is, get behind me. Oh boy. Protect the human. You don't need to remind me. Get him! Get him! Warning, abnormal invasion detected. Checking self-program. Activating self-check program. Failed to initiate self-check program. HNB1, I have been infected. We talked about the possibility last night. Search around. There should be some supplies nearby. And this is them from last night. Oh god. What did you want to say just now? I saw multiple terminated mechanoids and androids in the underground tunnel while you went searching for food. Mechanoids are the main enemy of this war. There's no way humans will just sit and watch us getting infected. I saw the same scene. I cannot describe my feelings. I don't understand. We machines only need to follow orders. Abnormal mechanoids detected. Preparing to engage. I'm here to help. They just keep coming. What are you saying? I have a request. I want you to execute me immediately if I show signs of the infection. Execute? The duty of TIA is to protect humans. I will not turn into your enemy. But I... Return to reality. No. No, G3. Thanks. I would like to think that I made this decision myself. No. I will fulfill the duty of TIA. Oh god. When I went to look for food, I went into a food processing plant. There's something off about the factory. It's empty, but it's still operating. I climbed over a noise barrier and entered the factory. The noise from the machines were deafening. Countless TIA and Guardians were hanging on the production line and moving along a huge machine. They were pulverized and flattened into scrap metal on the workbed. That's the right decision. The duty of TIA is to protect humanity. I know that. Robots obey orders. The highest command of TIA is to protect mankind. All TIA are the same, simple and easy to understand. But you have always been different. I never know what you're going to do. I never hated you. I'm not installed with an emotion module, so I can't like or hate. I just feel unaccustomed around you and confused. G3. Sorry, for a moment I wavered and had doubts. I had doubts about the point of my existence of the world. I feel that there is malice and confrontation in this world. But I've also felt that humans are full of goodwill and are worthy of protection. So this time I'm not executing orders because of my programming, or because I want to. That's why I chose this human. Because this human being is special to me. I'll protect her at all costs. Oh god. pain. Farewell. Time is up. A group of corrupted roars at him. They spread what were once limbs, and countless sharp claws pierce his body. He holds the girl tightly as his armor is shredded to pieces. I won't stop. Time seems to slow down, as if he and this human were this human being were the only ones left in the world. Just wind howls in his ear. He struggles to hold his weapon, made to fight for mankind, just like how he is as well. For Ataye, this is his mission and his duty. His frame, in human terms, is fatigued. But even if he were to be destroyed here, he could just be rebuilt in a factory. Yet this is different. HNB1 is protecting her out of his own will. He's protecting her because he wants to. Compared to killing machines like you, I have the faith to fight for humanity, and I'm going to win. He longed to see Kowloon return to how it once was. He longed to see humans laughing around him. He longed to see the moon shine over the KCC Tower. He longed to see the Kowloon Theater. He longed to see children laughing and playing. During his service in Kowloon, he might never have done anything exceptionally worthy of praise, but these insignificant fragments are memories that are bringing him comfort. Maybe that is what differed him from the other Tae units. Oh, why are you crying? Are you hurt? Don't cry. The fear that she might be hurt, that she might be in pain, or stricken with sadness seems to be tearing apart something in his emotion module. The girl's heart-rending cries burn up into conviction, pushing him forward. Oh, the defense left by the human army should buy some time for me. Get him! Get him, B1! Watch out! Oh, punishing level 5%. %. Legs are getting heavy. Get her out of here, B1. Damn it, they've reached the obstacles. Don't worry. Oh god. There's too many of them. %. Warning, warning, system compromised. Oh god. Failed to launch self-check, hibernating. I will not fall. No, don't cry. Oh, don't cry. It's going to be okay. Don't cry. I'm here to protect you. No. I will fulfill the duty of Tae. He moves toward the evacuation point. The sun is rising from the south, casting a slanted ray of bright yellow light. He sees a shimmering dot in the north like a star glowing faintly. He walks, slowly, forward. Look, more corrupted incoming. All forces prepare for battle. Fight back these sons of... He holds the girl up like the Holy Grail. B1, my name is... His receiver is damaged beyond repair, unable to distinguish the girl's cry from the surrounding clamor. Wait, is that a person? Then he pushes the girl forward. Ensure the child's safety. Damn it, the incorrupted are downright evil. Prepare to fire. Countdown. No. HNB1 files through his memory disk, finding a scene of human heroes dying in battle. He tries to force out a smile. Though he might look just like a cruel and frightening monster to the people, he knows that his mission is complete. After all, he is a Taie. He was created to protect humanity. After that, he never felt anything again. Oh, God. B1. Oh. Suffering. Despair. Oh, man. When B1 was saying don't cry and stuff, that almost got me, man. I almost started feeling the tears coming out when he started saying don't cry. Oh, and when she was crying too, god damn it, man. God, this chapter was so good. This extra story was so good. Oh, Chong Yu's story was good. The stuff with Chu was really good, and then this right here was really good. God damn, this was such a good extra story chapter. Oh, god damn it. Oh, Hidden Story is really short. I think. When my friend did this chapter live, tears rolled down. Yeah, that shit. Oh man. When Chu Ling died too, that shit was sad. But that last part with the Taie units, that one got me a bit. Wow. Wow. Punishing Peak Raven, bro. This was so good. I wish people knew about Punishing Grey Raven more, man. God, that was really good. Silence. I didn't think an AI could fall silent. Lost chapter hidden. Unforeseen the storm. This looks to be really short though, so. Hua Shu, are you there? I don't know what there refers to, but I am currently in my active startup cycle. Next startup cycle is in. Don't care about that. This is the feeling of those who enjoy the story, I also wish. Yeah, this story was, yeah. I admit, like at the beginning of Punching Grey Raven, the story is a bit slow, but it does start to pick up at around like chapter 9, chapter 10-ish. And then when you go through the interludes and the extra story and stuff, it gets really good. It gets really good emotionally, it gets really good action-wise. It's really good. I don't care about that. That conversation you showed me earlier. Are you referring to the hour-long conversation? Yes, play it back for me again. As you wish. Hua Shu, how can humanity survive under such circumstances? All data has been parsed, but no such method exists. Regardless of the method, humanity will only end in destruction. Earth has already experienced 5 mass extinctions. Humanity is merely just a visitor on this age-old planet. Man, that kind of reminds me of Final Fantasy XIV. The next umbral calamity. Or astral calamity, or whatever the fuck. The next calamity. After hearing Hua Shu's response, Chu slowly closes her eyes. According to the consciousness simulation, you already know the answer to this question before asking me. Why did you ask me? Chu stands there in silence. The motion sensor has detected that you have not moved in over 20 seconds. Can we only place our hopes in the future, but people in the present? I don't understand your question. That was a rhetorical question, Hua Shu. What if we expand the scope of civilization from humanity to incorporate the rest of Earth? Would you still give me the same response, Hua Shu? But this conflicts with your original intent. A goal is worthless if it is unattainable at the onset. I want something that can actually be achieved. I've adjusted the input range and parameters to meet your requirements. I want results. Very low probability, but not impossible. Changing the scope has made certain options possible now. That'll do. Why do you say so? Perhaps I am beginning to understand my mixed emotions. The recording ends here. Don't you find it strange that you are showing me this piece of information? I am simply presenting the facts as they were, that is all. I cannot comprehend what has led you to form this view. I have detected silence that does not conform to the logic of the current conversation. All I know is, what you showed me was not what I had asked for, and that it's not what we decrypted from your main memory. So, as an AI without emotions, who inspired you to show me these records? I didn't think an AI could fall silent. This involves highly classified information. Very well. We will find out, whether you like it or not. Say, maybe even now. Digital signature 87533DE4 error. Looks like you aren't very good at keeping secrets. This digital signature leads to the record you just showed me. I need to know who left it. Tell me. Unauthorized access. Unauthorized access. Access granted. Code 87533DE4 is the Kowloon Chamber of Commerce's highest encryption authority. It was directly signed by the leader and encapsulated with a permanent digital watermark. I must not divulge this information. If there is something I want to know, you can't hide it from me. Don't blame yourself, even though I know you won't. So, why would the leader of Kowloon want to give this information to the enemy? Additional information on the signature uncovered. Shall I display it? I see. This Kowloon leader even knew I'd get my hands on this information. Show me. I already know who saw this message, but I want to clarify something. Kowloon and the Tabula Akasha are just necessary measures taken with the belief that mankind is bound to perish. But I'm not afraid. Even if there is the smallest of chances, I believe in the possibilities of mankind. So, if anyone can defeat me and take Huashu, the moment Huashu is taken, I will decrypt all of the memory files. There's no need to waste time. These files are necessary to rebuild civilization. KCC Leader, Jew. Playback complete. I have once more detected sounds that does not conform to the current conversation logic. Perhaps. This explains why we extracted data from the database almost effortlessly. Even effortlessly finding information on an experimental high-gain antenna cluster belonging to the world government buried somewhere in the Arctic Route Reunion. I have trouble parsing whether your speech is sarcastic or complacent. Perhaps both? After all, your leader must have never expected you to end up in the hands of humanity's enemy when leaving this message. I am unable to discern your relations to human civilization, but I will faithfully execute the orders of Lady Chu. Aren't you curious about what I will do when I get my hands on the antenna cluster? Maybe I'll just act like the people before the Golden Age, wearing wreaths on their heads, broadcasting pop music around the world. I have no curiosity function. If that is what you want, I am only programmed to tell you how to achieve your goal. Not dull. Forget it. The last puzzle piece is up ahead. Let's finish this. I'm getting sick of humanity. Interesting. Exile. Gabriel, do you think Miss Luna has been acting quite strange recently? She's even appearing on the battlefield. Our leader appearing on the battlefield boosts troop morale. It shouldn't be considered strange. Forget it. With that, Roland picks up a stone and chucks it at a tree behind him. The stone, however, does not connect with the tree. Instead, it stops midair. Then slowly a hand grows out of the stone, slowly corporealizing into a body, arm, torso, until the figure reveals itself coiling around the tree with several legs. Eek, watch out. What'd you throw at me? Reminds me, can she really handle it all by herself? I guess? She said we don't have to provide her with any support. We can just withdraw once we complete our mission. Sounds like something she'd say. You spend more time with Miss Luna than we do. Don't you find it a bit off? No, not really. But I guess Miss Luna has been spending more time by herself than usual. And you still don't find it strange, huh? But Miss Luna and Miss Alpha are just the same as ever. Oh, you're just... I had you keep an eye on her. Any news? Well, well, you got nothing with a direct confrontation. What makes you think I'd have any updates? She seems to be traveling aimlessly as usual. That's the dog that didn't bark, dear Watson. Based on the signal we recently sent out in South America, she seems to be acting as if nothing happened. Maybe she didn't catch the news. As you know, ground relay is slower than it used to be. Is there any possibility that we've all been gravely mistaken? What if she doesn't really care? If so, then she is by no means a good agent. Who stipulated that an agent must be loyal to their duty? Do you even know how agents are created? Look, even we don't know. Non-agents know nothing about agents. That's the issue. Roland is about to continue when Lamia points off into the distance. It's beginning. Roland and Gabriel look to where Lamia is pointing and see the Arctic Route Union surrounded by an explosion of fire and smoke. What's going on? Wouldn't forcing them away achieve her goal already? Miss Luna is trying to bring destruction upon them all. This does not bode well. We've revealed our hand too early. All while Babylonia and she still have their hands covered, we're forced to be on the passive. Let us wait and consult with Miss Luna when she returns. Perhaps we no longer need to lurk in the dark. Perhaps, maybe, just maybe. 421. So are you still going to side with them? Shadows outstretched, the room is bathed in darkness. The robot looks over at a mysterious figure standing half illuminated before it. The shadowy figure lights a fire, leaving a fiery dot in the darkness, trailing with a puff of white smoke. Indeed, this is all quite amusing. And with the addition of Huashu, this has become all the more interesting. If only I hadn't spared your life. I'd say the same if I were you. I'm sure me being alive has been quite the thorn in your side. But as you know, I've never really cared about it. You're still of use to me now. Useful to you. Or do you mean the two old guys above you? You know I can't answer you that. Never expected you to anyways. So what's with Huashu? What information do you have in exchange? Enough intel to keep you away from the tip of Babylonia's spear in the coming days. Fair enough. Let me ask you this. What purpose does Huashu serve? Huashu is an AI. As for its purpose, that is for its owner to decide. You're right. My point is, Huashu may have a new master, but has her master really changed? The shadowy figure shakes their heads and nods. The mechanical joints in their hands clench and loose. Finally, a few chuckles slide out of the speaker. So, the plot thickens. Last question. How big of a piece do you want of the pie? Who said I only wanted a piece? What if I want the whole pie? You can certainly try. Interesting. Yeah, we'll play as Lamia. Hassan strains his back. He's standing in front of the huge porthole on the command bridge. The pale blue planet before him takes up most of the porthole view. Slowly rotating, he observes in silence. A peculiar atmosphere filled the bridge. The crew rarely saw Hassan's quiet side. Hassan was one to always make his presence known, whether it was issuing orders or formulating tactics, or even if it's just to keep others in high spirits. This is not the usual Hassan. The only thing the crew could see are the thin outline of his neck and the gray tufts of hair. Flustered, Celica begins to hear whispers around her as icons and documents pass before her eyes. The voices begin to fill her head with a cacophonous roar. Supply lists, troop mobilizations, power negotiations, reports, maps set by reconnaissance, gray market transactions with the Forsaken, and intel mandates for Act Delec. Celica scans the various technical documents with her eyepiece, selecting key intel to be reduced into 200-word reports. SN has no time for the details, so she must ensure that everything is complete and correct. Never had Celica's work been as exhausting as today's. I still have a long day ahead of me. How am I already tired? Damn it. Just how many summary reports are there to file? Miss Celica, this is the detailed supply request and defense enhancement plan submitted by personnel from the ARU's core logistics team. Oh, apologies. I have a high priority HUMIT intel report to file. Now's not the time to lose your cool. Understood. Submitted to the database through the compliance link according to Omega confidentiality protocols. It's either now or never. This is the only choice according to your plan. There's no time to waste. I know. Communications relay terminated. President? What is it? Zen turns to face Celica, but his face reveals an expression she had never seen from him before. Vacant, hesitant, perhaps even a hint of fear. If Celica had to describe his expression, it would be like if someone killed for the first time. The expression fades from Hassan's face in the blink of an eye. He returns to normal, as if nothing had ever happened. As of 10 minutes ago, a total of 76 decision reports have been sent to your encrypted terminal. Please be sure to process them at your earliest convenience. Got it. However, I've already given them a once-over. There aren't any urgent documents that require an immediate response from you today. If there is anything that requires your attention today, or if you'd like a day off, I don't think Babylonia will go up in smoke. I see. Hassan shows a non-committal expression. He raises his head slightly, as if trying to persuade himself to Celica's proposal. I'm serious, President. How much sleep did you get last night? I didn't get any. Please go get some sleep. That's not necessary, Hassan says as he reaches for his encrypted terminal, but Celica grabs it first. Please go get some sleep. But I still have 76 decision reports to process, right? None of which require a response from you today. Alright, if you insist. With that, Hassan snatches the encrypted terminal from Celica's hand and stuffs it in his pocket. I'll process these lying down. That'll count as rest. Hassan leaves. He hobbles slightly away the command bridge. He descends the stairs a bit slower than usual, perhaps due to exhaustion. This caused him to bump into someone on the stairs. What's wrong? It's not like you to leave the command bridge so early. It's not like you to come to the command bridge at this time as well. I brought something that you need to look at immediately. Nicola raises the hard drive in his hand. A bright red top secret seal is visible on it. Let's go to the conference room. Celica cannot help but sigh at the sight of Hassan and Nicola turning to enter the conference room. Forget it. ETI, Eden Tactical Interface, version 1.417. Loading shell system 100%. Loading topographic data 100%. Loading record file serial 33942275 beta 33.1%. Loading. Record file serial 33942275 beta 74.8 and then 100%. Starting broadcast. Palix. Testing. This is Palix of the Babylonia Task Force. Ouroboros HQ, this is the Ouroboros team. We have entered the mission site according to plan and have begun the surveillance mission on New Murmansk. As the construct by the name of Palix finishes speaking, he rotates the camera away from himself and reaches it and points it at a cluster of mountains. I will oversee on-site command. Sergeant Norwell is accompanying me. Hey Norwell, are you in position? With Palix's show, a response comes over from where the camera is pointing at in the distance. I was in place ages ago. I'm already filling out the artillery range table. Copy. Now entering monitoring position. Following Palix's motion, the camera jumps to a well-camouflaged surveillance bunker up ahead. I'm in position. Finished with the pre-calibration? If so, send it on over. 7 pre-calibrated locations and 2 hot zones transmitted to your terminal. I just have one problem. We'll spit it out. Why send 2 Babylonia task force on independent missions to New Murmansk? You should know when to keep your mouth shut. Don't you know who we take orders from? Commander Nicola, no? Alright then, is your answer. You mean, learn to keep your mouth shut. At the same time, in the Arctic Route Union Captain's office in New Murmansk Airport ruins. Once an air traffic control tower, the place was refitted into an office. Captain, this is the fleet service report. Well, looks like it's over. Fortunately, we finished up everything before spring. A stranger in a white coat walks out of the shadows. Indeed. Now we just need to dispose of Amberia's remains in the Research Institute, then clear up any loose ends with those involved. I'll handle the Research Institute and I'll leave you to clear up those loose ends. I don't want to deal with this kind of anymore. Take care of it ASAP. If this affects our first trip out to sea, there won't be enough food to sustain us. Relax. This cover-up will be easy now that Babylonia is getting involved. As long as no one connects us with this bit of history, we should be able to continue on peacefully with those hypocritical Babylonians of Forsaken. And of course, I'll leave you to placate the force guards as well, Captain. The man pats Stassen on the shoulder, turns to leave. What's going on, Captain? That's Kaplan, the research director of the former Research Institute. From the buildings in the settlement to servicing our ships, we couldn't have done it without the support from the former Research Institute. I'm just returning the favor. In other words, you've been cooperating with these sinners, haven't you? How do you think I maintained the ARU for so long? Enough. Next up, take what you can from the Research Institute and distribute them accordingly, then destroy the Institute. And with that, we will erase our debt. This will just barely pull the wool over Babylonia's eyes. As for the forest guards, sin will no longer coax them into serving the ARU. We must treat them with kindness. After all, I did absolve the forest guard of sin. I'm sure they will give us the respect we deserve. I can't criticize your behavior as a member of the ARU, but what could go wrong? We weren't the ones that sent them to the Institute. I just did everything within my power. Alright, this matter is over and done with. No more further complications. You don't want past ghosts coming back to haunt the ARU, do you? Understood. It's almost spring. Our top priority is to ensure that we have stable food supply. Oh wait, let me take along when you be going out to sea this spring. I need me some sardines to make salted fish. Salted fish? Where'd you get the salt? Someone over by the cap said there's 2 or 3 warehouses full of daily goods in the ruins of the old research thingy. If we're lucky, there'd be salt, a whole lot of salt. And that's why I decided that I'd pick up my old man's business of selling salted fish. I haven't had your old man salted fish in ages. Save some of the first batch for me. As the two men are talking, a white light suddenly appears. Starting as a white glow in the sky, it expands rapidly in front of the 2 fishermen, burning their eyes in a flash. The 2 men hide behind cover to escape the blinding inferno, trying desperately not to look directly at it. What's that? Sunrise? It's already noon, Dumbo. Whatever that is, it ain't the sun. The port beside becomes submerged in the increasing intensity of the light. Under the gazes of the 2 fishermen, the steel buildings turn to dust in blistering heat rivaling that of the sun. Stunned at the sight of complete annihilation, the 2 did not notice the warning given to them. But to the warning giver, what was said had already been said. Leave. The white figure summons what appears to be a railgun from the void around her. He begins charging energy. The heat from the railgun brings the fishermen back to reality. They finally notice the white figure before them. And with that came fear. Help! Yeah. It's been a while since I've tapped into the power of the Asnut. I might be a little rusty with controlling it. But no matter, let this be a warning. Not to mention, the white figure finishes charging the railgun-like object and fires a pillar of light in the other direction. Neither hostility nor an act of oppression. To the white figure, moving without haste, it would be too much to even call this a fight. Rather, this must be punishment for previous wrongdoings. Ignoring all the actions of those punished, she proceeds forward as she continues her onslaught. Damn it! What is that thing? Compare visual features. Hurry! The captured image have been sent to your terminal. It's Luna! Damn it. Why is she here? What strategic value does this serve to the Ascendants? No, it doesn't matter either way. It's not like we can access this intel. We'll just have to do what we can for now. Connection request sent to Babylonia. However, it'll take some time to establish a handshake protocol. I won't hold my breath. Let's use a server in the nearby conservation area to set up the data transfer. That way, even if we can't establish a connection, we'll still have a copy of the data in the conservation area. Then we'll release the 2 drones we brought to capture imagery and energy readings on Luna from as many angles as possible. Then what? What else is there? All we can do is wait on Babylonia. But don't think that you can be a hero just because you have special equipment. We need to send the correct data to Babylonia instead of getting killed here. Roger that. Even though Luna has already destroyed most of the port area with her display of power, this also gives the people in the settlement enough of a warning to assemble their forces. Though Luna is nowhere to be seen for the Arctic dwellers, with the havoc she has wreaked, it is more than enough to throw the settlement into chaos. What's going on? Where are the attacks coming from? No, my house! Who can tell me what's going on here? A railgun! Someone is shooting us with what appears to be a railgun. Hurry! Dispatch all messengers. New Sophiasburg, the border commune, and the Forsaken must all be notified. Do whatever it takes to call reinforcements. There's no time for that. Captain, we still have a ship. How about scouts report that the enemy is 5 kilometers away and closing? There's no time to embark. Damn it. I guess all we can do is stay calm. If we all work together, nothing will... While Stassen tries to ease the sailors, he suddenly notices the research director leaving the settlement accompanied by several people in white coats. Halt! Kaplan, where do you think you're going? Are you joking? Who'd want to die in this pathetic excuse of a settlement? I'm going to the Research Institute for a while, and then I'm going south in search of Akdalek. Are you joking? What makes you think I'm joking? I don't know what you're up against, but it has nothing to do with me. Damn you. Kaplan? Stassen, since when did you think we were equals? Do as you please. I'm leaving. Coward. Hearing Stassen's response, the research director gives him a menacing glare, then turns to leave. Captain. I'm sorry you had to see that. Anyways, let's do all we can. And he reminded me, the walls of the Institute are interlaid with armor for defense purposes. He has a key to open the armored door, but so do I. If he doesn't care, neither do I. If we can't maintain the defensive line, then we will retreat into the Research Institute as well. Understood. What about the elderly and children who have difficulty moving? Evacuate them to the refugee shelters beneath the old theater. The 3 rooms should be able to comfortably hold over 100 people. If we win, we'll let them out. If we lose, someone will let them out eventually. That's the best we can do. Damn it, why do I still gotta foot the bill for this mess? 30 minutes later. The battle has ended before it even begins, leaving Stassen stupefied over their current situation. All they can see are melted buildings, punctured steel, exploded ammunition, bodies evaporated by light. They do not even know how the barricades and bunkers disintegrated, or how that devastating white light melted half of the air control tower like butter. Stassen and all of those standing still could do nothing but retreat to the safety of the Research Institute. The white figure maintains pursuit, never too far, never too close. Why is she here? What for? Stassen no longer cares anymore. He has long since lost the strength to do so. Living, that is the only concern in his mind right now. Let's go! Retreat into the bunker! Amid flames and explosion, the group moves along the ruins for cover all the way to the nearby Research Institute. Captain, what are we going to do when we get there? We don't stand a chance against her. That Kaplan won't stay calm. As soon as danger approaches, he'll play the ace up his sleeve. Then, just like Stassen foretold, several turrets and missile launchers protrude from the wall of the Institute and begin firing at Luna. Explosions and smoke envelop her in an instant. The turrets continue to bombard the area in an unending stream of explosions. Captain, what do we do now? What else is there to do? While they're busy fighting, we run. As the bombarding continues, Stassen and the others make their way to the Research Institute entrance. Stassen inputs the key code, then everyone enters the elevator and proceeds underground. This is a lot to read. Alright, we'll be safe underground. Once the fighting is over outside, we'll look for Kaplan, then we'll make him pay, slowly. Captain? Yes? Where are we? This is the safest place in the entire research institute and where the armor plating is thickest. This place isn't on the map. It's where the institute conducted preliminary screenings for test subjects. In other words, it's an execution chamber. What did you say? See these pillars? Kaplan and the others tell them that this is the reception hall of peace. When the time comes, the test subjects were taken into the sealed observation room and then injected with experimental drugs. Just like that, they would filter out the most suitable test subjects from over 200 people to proceed on to the next phase. That Kaplan must be in the observation room as we speak. Captain, how do you know this place so well? Did you? The second mate begins to raise his voice, but Stasson rushes over to cover his mouth. Shh! Quiet! He's busy dealing with that monster right now. He won't have the time to check what's going on behind the observation room. So we can sneak in once the battle subsides. Got it? Keep quiet, and I'll let go. How much do you really know? Well, I didn't help them kill anyone. This is all over, Captain. You have a lot to confess. What's that? This can't be. There are 6 floors of armored plating disguised as steel structures. Even railguns shouldn't be able to. What on earth are we up against? It's coming from the wall in the direction of the observation room. Hurry, hide behind the pillars. Just as Stasson and the others hide behind the pillars, the wall in the direction of the observation room begins to glow red and blister right before their eyes. Then an explosion shoots fragments throughout the hall like a shotgun blast. The 3 pillars take the brunt of the damage. A black mass is thrown into the hall as the terrifying and familiar white figure floats in. It's Kaplan. The remaining half of the man onto the ground is wrapped in a white coat, lying amid the wreckage of concrete and steel. What? What is it you want? I'll give you anything. That won't be necessary. How lucky I must be. You telling me about this place is more than enough. I've already found what I am looking for. Luna shifts her gaze from the languishing body on the ground to the remnants of the 3 pillars. You are of no use to me now. Luna waves her hand to summon the railgun. The frightened man drags the remnants of his body toward the pillars. No, please, no. Why are you running? You know it is meaningless. Having said that, Luna makes no attempt at stopping the desperately crawling man, nor does she even aim the railgun at him. It seems as if she is waiting for something. The research director finally climbs to a half-collapsed pillar, but just as he is about to seek cover behind it, he sees Stasson hiding behind one of the pillars. You. Right at that moment, a white beam of destruction devours him. Come out. Don't think you can hide from me. Whew. Interesting, Hikari's playing. Why? Do you mean why I killed him or why I want to kill you? It's all for the same reason. Sorry, but I don't want him to die right now. He still has a lot to explain. Yeah? What? What the hell? God. Oh. Ah. Go, there's still time. Oh shit.
のように消えろ。出ていけ。滅びろ。
Oh.
痛い。
You're the only one left. Oh. Humans. How pathetic we are sometimes. Never dying when they should. And when they realize they must live, they try to end it all again. What are you trying to say? I always thought that a day would come when I could finally put this all to rest. The Forest Guard will gradually earn their freedom. We'll gradually free ourselves from the technology of the old institute. Then we can forget about all this bull as if it never happened. Everyone can bathe in the sunlight without any grudges. Perhaps I could have too. Now I know that time will never come. Are these your last words? No, if anything, this is my repent. Trembling, Stetson takes out what appears to be a detonator from his coat. It's okay. You don't need to do anything. I've long since been ready to go down with this ship. I just hope you stop. Please don't hurt the ARU anymore. Luna summons up several blades around her hand. She sends them flying, cutting open a section of each of the 3 pillars and exposing a back mechanical antenna structure in each. And that is your problem. Looks like it. Stetson presses the detonator, triggering a continuous dull rumble to shake the wall. The whole hall deforms and disintegrates in an instant, completely covering Stetson in rubble. Luna glances at the pile of rubble that used to be Stetson, then turns to leave through the entrance. Forsaken, the Forest Guard have aroused an offensive. That's good enough. You can head back, sis. Let them come. Sure. If I keep fighting, I don't know how much longer I can hold back. Is your work finished? Yes, I got the antennas buried in the pillars, just as Huashu said. Good. I see. Yet you don't look pleased. Just witnessing stupidity, as always. Is that so? Tell the others to retreat. I'll catch up with you later. I've already contacted Roland and Lamia, who will be stopping the attackers in other directions, but Gabriel, we can leave him. I'll retreat shortly after. Closing the communications link, Luna silently surveys the wave of destruction left in her wake. Why go so far? Her mind echoes with confusion that had been festering since the onset. Huashu? Yes. Even after reading the information you showed me, I still can't understand why this so-called human possibility is. What this so-called human possibility is. As a population, humans are extremely complex creatures, which cannot be explained by a single definition. That doesn't mean your analysis for Chu was correct. Without further information, Sender Luna is unwilling to explain the nature of Asna to assist in computing. It's not something that you, made by humanity, can understand. Alright, enough. Sender Luna's question does not yield a valid response. That will not be necessary. The Asna is the only way forward. Only those who can share their power with me are qualified to live here once all of this is over. Until then, it's pointless to mull over it. That's all the worthwhile info. It's unusual for the Ascendants to attack a human base directly. Don't forget about Kowloon. You mean she had an ulterior motive? We don't know exactly what they're trying, but judging from previous behavior, that seems likely. Other than this, there's something I'm more concerned about. Hassan taps a few times on the control panel. It seems to have loaded a filter template. The holographic window immediately pulls a close-up of Luna, highlighting the area. What did you do? Info, all thanks to the Grey Raven Commandant. Looks like you're slower than I am. I have the original data, you have the research data. They're not the same. Not to mention the direction is different, I understand, but it serves the same purpose. Nicola does not respond. Instead, he makes some adjustments on the control panel, sorting the energy distribution of the highlighted areas throughout the entirety of the battle along a time axis chart. After staring at the chart for quite some time, Nicholas stands up as if something had come to mind. What is it? I just thought of something. I need to get going. Hassan looks at the open door of the conference room with a strange expression. I guess I really should hit the sack. But before that, I should take this to Asimov. Hassan unplugs the hard drive from the terminal and leaves the conference room. Hours after Luna destroyed the Arctic Route Union, standing on the ruins and dust from the disaster, Watanabe Rosetta's olfactory receptors are accosted by a foul and a pungent odor. Wreckage and blackened earth cover the surrounding area. All they can see are shapeless debris and red scorch marks from the high-temperature blasts. Rosetta and Diana cannot imagine that the once bustling settlement is now only filled with sounds of flame and crackling debris. How can this be? Rosetta remains silent and begins searching through the ruins for possible survivors. Seeing this, everyone appears to come to their senses. This is what should be done at a time like this, not just sit here and wallow in pain. Everyone spread out a meter apart and begins searching. Roger. Rosetta. What is it? Diana watches as Rosetta picks up a massive section of flooring with superhuman strength and throws it like cardboard to one side. Do you really think we'll find any survivors? We won't know unless we try. But, quiet. Make yourself useful. Do not forget hope out of fear. We will never give up hope. Right. Diana nods thoughtfully and accompanies Rosetta in taking the forest guards to clean up the ruins. On the other side, Clark, who had just finished the report, notices that Watanabe is no longer responding as diligently as normal. Rather, he appears to be lost in contemplation as he watches people hurriedly working in the ruins. Leader? Go and help. As Rosetta said, we can't forget hope out of shock and fear. I need to think about further down the road. Watanabe's eyes move away from the people working in the ruins. He looks up at the sky severed by black smoke, as if glaring at a past enemy. We are the Forsaken. Never we forget. I always thought I had seen enough dead people during my time at war, but today I realized that we remember. That is why we are here. Whether flesh or machine, humanity is still just dust in the wind. Even settlements fare little against the gale. The enemy who wants to destroy us is so powerful that, even with my knowledge of war, I can't find a way to defeat them. Ascendant. What must we do to defeat you? But no matter how many times you destroy us, people will remember. Atop these ruins, they will build anew. And this, you will never understand why. And even if you did, you have made your presence known here. We won't just sit here and let you run free. When can we go out? We can leave once the captain fights away the bad guys. Until then, we need to be good and wait here. I haven't seen an attack like this in all my life. With that timid Stetson in charge, we'd better count our lucky stars. Even so, what other choice do we have? Are we gonna die? Of course not. Someone will rescue us. Evan, what should we do? I don't know if we can count on Mr. Stetson either. But that's okay. The ARU isn't alone. We've also got the Forest Guard, Forsaken, and Babylonia there to help us. They won't let anything bad happen. Really? Don't forget Amberia and New Sophiasburg. Evan, I hear something. The child points in the direction of the sound. A light knocking is heard vibrating through the heavy reinforced steel doors. Evan rushes forward and looks through the periscope. A moment later, people can hear sound from the outside world. Anyone there? We're here to rescue you. We're in here. Oh. Holy. That was a lot to read through just for this. But look at that. We got 2 interludes opened up and a floating record opened up. Now, there's Echo Aria, which I've done before, but I also do not remember what happened in this. But I feel like for now, I can pause on the extra story and go back to main. I do, however, want to go through the other interludes, though, that I unlocked. which are ones for, what was it? One for Chu and one for Changyu. Oh, that was a lot to go through. Jesus Christ. Like during that, I started to read faster so I can get through it quicker. Because I also feel my voice starting to give out here. And I'm not gonna lie, my stomach does not feel good right now. So luckily we got it done. Too much info. Yeah, it was a lot of dialogue. A lot more than I thought it would be. It was a lot. Yeah, my stomach isn't feeling great right now. So I'm gonna get some rest. Anyway, that has been Punishing Grey Raven for this weekend. The next 2 streams will be on Divinity. So if you want to come by and watch for a little while, go right ahead. If not, then that's also okay. Very much appreciate your efforts, Cap. Thank you. I do a lot of reading for you guys. Alright. Again, the next 2 streams will be on Divinity. Tomorrow I'm not going to stream. I'm going to take a rest. So Monday and Tuesday I'll stream. So with that being said, thank you for watching. Thank you for watching. Or how did it go in? With that being said, that'll be it for me for tonight. Thank you for watching. Thank you for chilling with me. Thank you for chatting with me. I really do appreciate it. I hope you have a great rest of your day or night, wherever you are in the world. Take care, stay safe, and drink plenty of water. And I hope you enjoyed the stream. I hope you have a great rest of your weekend. Again, thank you for watching, and again, I hope you enjoyed the stream. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Bye bye. See you next time.